would you compare? You have? Sure. I mean, yeah. What do you mean, sure?
You eat flour on its own.
Well, if you're making shit and you got it on your fingers, I mean, yeah, it's gotten in my mouth before.
If you're so high and you need something to eat that you'll tear through the pantry looking for anything to shove in your mouth, like that, you mean, or what?
Don't worry about what I do.
Well, Sean,
Sean, if you got like baking soda on your hand, would you just lick it off too?
Well, yeah, you gotta make a volcano.
Okay.
Do we got any more presents?
We did, and we got another package.
Thank you, Katie.
Yeah, thank you, Katie Kellogg. That's a very, very thoughtful gift, and I appreciate that more crickets died for that. I appreciate that. Then we got another gift. We got another package from longtime fan Candace. Candace, a fan of mine from Twitch, actually, and then started listening to the podcast. She said, "Hi, idiots."
Stop reading it right there. Fuck her. Don't read it. No, that's it. That's it. Fuck you, Candace.
She sent us a big box of cookies.
Yeah, go ahead.
She sent us a big box of cookies. Says, "Hi, idiots. Enjoy these cookies I made with real crickets and monkeys." She said they pair well with Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey. Please share with your neighborhood Lyft driver, Tim Chang's. To these. Love, Candace. P.S. Dick, go fuck yourself. And then she sent us a huge box of cookies. Look at how many cookies. I'm holding this box. It's probably like a 2-3 pound box of cookies right here. Maybe a pound, yeah.
White chocolate. I like white chocolate.
Yeah, we got white chocolate. Sean, white chocolate.
I
for
like
you.
the references because I can tell how old these things are based on the episodes they're referencing.
No, this was
Which
actually
we need
pretty
to
recent.
do because of the shenanigans at your P.O. box.
The shipping,
place.
and every time I go in there, the shipping lady gives me some passive-aggressive line. She's like, "So, do you live far away?" Every single time, you know, because she thinks I don't go in enough because she said you should come in more. I'm like, why? You always call me when I get a package.
All right, I'm gonna skip right to that. There's some more fan presidents. You remember when I said, remember that voice? Please add that this is Australian Sign Language, not American Sign Language. So make sure, before you tear into the guy when you post the video, make sure everybody knows this is Australian Sign Language.
Yeah, I guess there's a difference.
They do everything upside down.
There's ASL. Well, ASL could stand for Australian Sign Language as well.
It's the abbreviation is Australian, I think.
I saw that video. Yeah, he sent in a video of a sign language version of one of your rants.
Yeah, okay, here you go. You guys watch this. That's pretty cool.
Hey guys.
Great audio, like all YouTube videos. Love and having a sexual relationship with them. Now, the most misogynistic person on the internet is explaining to people the basics of courtship and attraction. Do we understand that? Do we understand that a person who is proud of that is explaining to everybody, yeah, you meet someone, you court them, you talk to them, you get to know them, chemicals in your brain. You see that get to know them? It looks like humping. Yeah. So that's the time for getting to know somebody.
All right, we'll post this on the website.
Cool.
We'll post this
Looks
on
a
the
lot
website.
slower when he's doing it, so. Yeah. Here's another one. Yeah, somebody compiled all the Go Fuck Yourselves. Adam Angel. Hey guys, I love the show. I made a compilation of fans telling Dick to go fuck himself from the last 70 episodes.
Yeah, it's a lot. I've gotten, in the last, I'd say, 2 days, maybe just a half dozen of emails from people, all for various topics, various subjects, either praising the show, or commenting, or sending in problem suggestions, etc., etc. And invariably, they're all addressed to me, and invariably, at the end, they all sign off with P.S. Dick's an idiot, or P.S. Dick's an asshole. It's just like, it seems like a common sign off, and he did it in that voicemail, too.
Well, here's another voicemail.
Great.
Hello. Dick, go fuck yourself.
That's pretty much it.
Dick, go fuck yourself.
That's 5 minutes.
Go fuck yourself, Yeah, Dick. It's a lot.
Go fuck yourself, Dick.
No.
Damn it! Yeah, go fuck yourself, Dick.
Alright, I'll post it. You got some comments or voicemails or something?
I got a quick comment from Michael Juan Perez. He says, I just want to point out that people calling in sick for sports games isn't really unique to Italy or Europeans. Living in Texas, I know plenty of people who call in to watch Cowboys, and I bet people in Green Bay or Pittsburgh do the same. People also call in for a day or two to go to concerts, and also if they suddenly score tickets to a game or a concert. So I guess his point is that people call in sick when they want to happen.
Here's somebody settling the Ronda Rousey.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
it.
you and
Yeah.
Stereo thought she was hot.
She is.
Gotten kicked in the head by a movie blind. I don't
Yeah.
think she's hot at all.
Yeah.
Hey, fucking Maddox and Asterios, they fucking dumb. I agree with you. Dick for once, which is surprising when it comes to me.
For once.
But, yeah, Ronda Rousey isn't that attractive. She's not hot, but she's kind of attractive. Dick is totally right. I don't know a fucking woman who's probably fucking smiling. She probably like break my neck. I'm fucking trying to choke her. She'd be like, oh, partner, and I'll be like, no, fuck you. And so, like, she's feeling dominant. Fucking Dick, fucking Crawford got me and she's a fucking something woman. Fuck me, I can't speak.
Can't even understand.
What?
Well, thanks for taking a break, walking dogs to call in there.
Yeah, what do you got? What the hell is going on over there with your shitty, what do you have, Cricket Wireless over there? Your shitty dog barking in the background, your comfort animal? I don't need advice from this guy. Tell me what is or isn't hot. I mean, you work on your phone call, your phone etiquette, dickhead.
Well, Ronda Rousey actually called in.
Oh, yeah, I was here. See? That's hot to you guys? That's how you want a woman to talk to you in bed? That's hot. That's really hot. No, I don't like women who are too petite. I don't like women who are too dainty. Too hot? Way too hot. But Ronda Rousey's a babe. She's not like a 10, but she's really fucking hot. She's a babe. Did you like Xena Warrior Princess? Did you jerk off to that? It was alright. Yeah. That was the question. The answer when you were a kid. When I was a kid, I didn't, but I would.
What the hell does that mean?
If I had a time machine, right now I'm back and time myself like a 9-year time machine. Okay, you would go back and jerk off yourself as a kid. No, dickhead. I would go back when I'm 17 and like, you know, right? Right as I'm about to jerk off, I'm like, hey, you're wrong. You know, warrior, majesty, right? Give myself a little fat age. with a bumper sticker?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you see one of your own bumper stickers?
Exactly.
I forgot. I'm talking a big bumper over here.
Yeah.
What was your positive experience with a bumper sticker?
Oh, I've seen some bumper stickers that made me laugh.
What, like Calvin peeing on something?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fun.
Yeah, but it's like, in lieu of a personality, I'm gonna slap this shit on my car.
No, I get it. Bumper stickers can be annoying. I've seen cars that way overdo it. They put their political opinions all over their fucking car. And first of all, we get it. We're liberal. You don't have to tell us you're
Or the
driving.
reverse.
Yeah. Or the reverse.
Yeah.
We get it. You're conservative. You're driving a pickup truck. Yeah. We
with
get
little
it.
balls dangling from the back.
Ow.
And a metal militia sticker. And
Yeah.
the back window, so you
Yeah.
can't see anything.
And you know their political opinion because they're always the first to
Shit on the problem.
No, my
would be considered extremely inappropriate and uncivilized behavior.
whoa. Why don't you take a step back?
Like if you were walking into a coffee shop or a movie theater and you go ahead and one by other. Offensive behavior. You just walk over to the thing and go, okay, go get the hell out.
I'm calling the police. This is a crime.
Yeah. I'm either calling the police or I'm calling the kids. Which one do you want me talking to?
No, man, I'll tell you a time when I was driving home from God, and I started talking to world peace begins with your currency. Lost my fucking mind. I drove up, I went out of my way, I went in the left-hand turn lane, and so we're both going straight, right? This is oh, yeah. I went in the left-hand turn lane, pulled up next to him, honked, and flipped him off. How's that for world peace, fuckface? And then I cut him off, too. I was so pissed off at him. No. Condescending lecture about world peace and shit. World peace doesn't return. No fucking time. You're great. I didn't even point to signal and traffic. But I know his delusions about causing a start of world peace because you don't know how world peace starts. What?
Are you actually following that line?
And that bumper sticker is right. That basic human treatment of one basic manners are the glue that holds society together.
Sure.
Like if everyone had better manners, society would be better. However,
the presumption of your guilt. Like the projection of him saying, hey, you know what, buddy? You better signal. It's like if someone presumes I'm going to be guilty of doing something that they want me to do, I'm going to do it. Like,
That's stupid. Why? Why would you do that?
because they've assaulted me with this belief, this saying, hey, you know what? You were part of the world peace signal. Okay, well, what did you do? Like, why did you become me? What about me when you become me? Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, I think you guys said, exactly the same. As soon as you saw you on the road, you slapped it out, right? Yeah. To be specific. You know what, though? It's completely different messages here. Look, you want to tell, you want to spread the message that basic etiquette of society will keep us civil and will keep society going. Yeah, fine. Yeah, I agree. I'm on point with it. I'm on board with that point. But he's like, no. And then the other message is, you should use your turn signal. I'm on board with that point as well. Those are both great messages, right? But one doesn't cause the other and has nothing to do with the other. I get what you're trying to say. You're fucking really teaching bumper sticker fuckface. But I do my turn signal all the fucking time. And I don't feel like the world is more peaceful. Listen to my voice. You know what I'm saying? The point is, you can't have a good feeling. Even if you, like, you see the cops driving around with those notes, have you seen that? At some point, some bumper sticker manufacturer convinced all the cops in LA to drive around with a bumper sticker that says there's no excuse for domestic violence. And as soon as I saw that, I was annoyed because, well, first of all, the police car itself is a reminder to not do crime. That's why they all look like that. It's a reminder to not be a criminal. An extra reminder on the tacked on the end is a fuck. So, of all the time, that's the one you guys. You grew up with violence. Getting steam blowing out of your ears because you can't drive a correct speed on the freeway.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So you might see this bumper sticker, and you might think about that message. There is no excuse for domestic violence. And you might have that moment of epiphany where it's like, okay, maybe there isn't. Maybe because then the person who's having that thought may realize that explanation is not very subtle and important distinction that is important.
That's a good point. What? Everything you just described. I don't know what that whole thing was. You have any bumper stickers? Have you ever had one? Yeah, I have one right now. I'll tell you what part of the show. I love an activated. Cool as shit. No, you know what? My bumper sticker I have on my car, I'm not gonna tell you specifically what it is. But one more time. And it is the symbol you can have the color. And I'll just say that. Simon with a bunch of them. I know a lot of people have those. But anyway, so here's my policy. I used to use these buttons that have garbage cans together that really and so the whole thing. Because I think they're really almost like that track. So they use like dry on TV. Yeah. That is a lost reference now. Oh, yeah, no, I'm going to get that on video. I barely remember it. No, it was a commercial.
Native Americans.
It's been parodied. It gets parodied every now and again.
So anyway, my friend, I used to create that bumper sticker. He said littering kicks ass with a garbage can tipped over. And my friend bought one of those stickers and put it on his Prius. Back when Priuses were first coming out and they were all touted as being environmentally sound cars.
he put one on his Prius, and I thought that was so funny. That was one of my favorite experiences with the bumper sticker. And another one is my own logo. My own logo is a bumper sticker. That's pretty cool. Put that on your car.
Yeah,
Looks cool as shit.
That's cool. Speaking of...
Sounded very sincere.
It's a cool logo. You can put it anywhere, though. You put it on your laptop. So here's a study I brought in. It's an old study. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Territorial markings are a predictor of aggressive driving and a road rage. This is a real study, I think from the Colorado University. They quizzed a bunch of volunteers about their cars and driving it. Things like, how much do you care about your car? Do you decorate your car? Do you accessorize your car? Including things like new stereos and like stupid plastic dashboard shit and bumper stickers. And they found that, let me see what the more you treat your car, which is on the border of being a public and private space, because you can decide however you feel about it. The more you treat your individual public space as well as your private, makes you more territorial in your own life. That is your conclusion. You think this is yours, you think this is my lane, you think people come to your lane and cut you off, instead of seeing it as there are people who don't accessorize their cars, who don't treat their cars in the sense of a gift. Those people are more forgiving on the road.
You know what it is? Bumper stickers were the original virtue signaling, essentially, because you can put these little messages on there about code, little messages about how whatever political party.
Not betting on it.
Don't tread on me. Nothing here. It's virtue signaling. It's the original virtue signaling, because you can put these little sticky messages on your bumper and let everyone know what a good person you are for signaling, because you're starting world peace. You're starting a movement.
16% more likely.
Like if they block me in or something. I did have this old lady one time. This fucking
have a heart attack.
I can only hope, this bitch. So I was down at the beach, and it was a really busy day, right? It was a really busy day, and I was waiting for a parking spot. I turned on my signal, and clearly I'm pointing to the spot that I'm waiting for this person to back out, right? The person backs out. This old lady pulls in. And I start honking my horn. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, right? And she goes, oh, you can't turn here. And I said, I didn't. I turned around in this little interchange where you could turn, and I went to get the spot, and she took it. And, she wouldn't move. So I got out, and I left her this real nasty note. I took one of my "you park like a dick" little stickers, put it on her car, and then I also wrote a note. I said, you're a bad person. Go to hell. Made me feel better. I wanted to stay. I wanted to wait around, because you know what? To old people, that really means something.
Does it?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. It absolutely does. What?
You think it means something to old people?
Nothing. I was
Think
just
it's
over
different?
here kind of nodding my head. Well, they're pretty close to dying. So,
Yeah, what do
they're-
they care? Fuck you, right?
Well,
No, but
yeah,
that's
it could go either way.
That's the thing. If you're close to dying, then this woman looked like she's in her 70s, something like that. If you're close to dying, right? The last thing you want is someone thinking that you deserve to go to hell.
Oh man, I can't imagine how little I'm gonna care about what people think of me at 80.
I
So,
can.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's already so low. Here's a picture I got. My buddy Gagnon, the guy whose underpants I borrowed a couple episodes ago. He sent me this picture of some bumper stickers. It is my child made the honor roll at a middle school on the bumper. Right above that, what's the other bumper sticker?
That's
the
the
shocker.
shocker.
The
Yeah.
shocker. 2 in the vagina, Yeah.
One in the anus. I
Two.
think the saying, how the saying goes.
That's how it goes.
Honor roll. Yeah. Go
All
ahead.
right, Dick. Interesting problem. I'm really, I'm rarely entirely on the fence on a problem, but this one I'm like 50-50. I've seen some funny bumper stickers, and I've seen ones that annoy me. I don't know where I stand on this one. I think it could be a problem, and it depends on how annoying you think they are.
Depends on how many you sell.
What, bumper stickers?
Yeah. Big
Oh.
bumper over here.
Big bumper. Get out of here. All right, Dick. I got a real big problem this week. Bottled water. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bottled water. It's a stupid idea for lazy idiots. I first realized what a scam it was a long time ago by going to a theater in Utah, and I wanted to order a coffee. The coffee cost $1.50 for a cup.
Yeah.
Then I changed my mind and I said, you know what? I want a bottle of water. A bottle of water,
$5.
no, $2.
Oh.
$2, which isn't a huge difference in cost. I guess percentage-wise, it's pretty significant. But $1.50 and $2 for just a bottle of water. I mean, think about that. What they're saying is that a product that requires people to harvest beans in Colombia, right? That requires water to raise those beans, and then they need to roast those beans, ship them overseas, package them, grind them, heat them up with water and electricity. So you're using
needs
more water.
steam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they use a foam cup, and that entire process, which takes months to produce those beans to go into your coffee, that costs less than a bottle of water.
Yeah.
That's the first time I realized what a scam bottled water was. It's insane if you think about it. So bottled water, Dick, according to Business Insider, Coca-Cola has been in the business of discouraging restaurants from serving tap water and pushing less water and more beverage choices. And according to Pepsi, the biggest enemy is tap water, said a Pepsi VP in 2000.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't want a corporation thinking tap water is dangerous.
Yeah. Their biggest competition is free tap water. They said, this is a direct quote, "When we're done, tap water will be relegated to irrigation and washing dishes."
For the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Says Susan D. Wellington from Pepsi in the year 2000.
When we're done? When
Yeah.
we're done with what? Everything?
Yeah.
Basically doing everything to stop tap water?
That's what they want to do.
Oh my god.
Yet 48% of all bottled water comes from tap water. It's the exact same fucking water.
Yeah.
48% of it. In fact,
Yeah, they just shove it through an RO filter,
Yeah.
like reverse osmosis.
Oh, they don't even do that, Sean. I'm
Oh,
getting
really?
to that.
Well,
yeah.
they don't dump it
Many
right
of
out
them-
of the hose, really?
Many of them do. They don't do anything extra to the water. They're just using city water, just municipal water, and they're just bottling it and selling it at a huge
Like
markup.
right out of the tap?
Right out of the tap. It's the same fucking water. They're not doing these
Can
stuff.
any lifestyle groups like test that and compare the amount of minerals from like tap water into? Yeah, of course it could be bottled in another place.
Well, it's like it depends. Tap water with the EPA regulations undergoes testing for E. coli and is required to provide a source and produce quality reports. But bottled water, on the other
Produce
hand,
quality, probably.
no, produce quality reports.
Produce quality?
They need
What's
to
that?
produce quality reports.
Oh, they're producing
Yeah,
quality
yeah, yeah.
reports.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bottled water, on the other hand, doesn't have to meet any of those standards to be distributed. Additionally, the Food and Drug Administration regulates bottled water, and its standards pale in comparison to the EPA's for tap. A few examples of this include less frequent bacteria testing, no mandatory reports of violations to federal officials, and no filtration or disinfection requirements on the federal level, while many states have no meaningful programs of their own.
So you could be drinking anything?
You can be drinking anything, yeah. There's no regulation. In scientific testing, bottled water was found to be no safer than tap water. In fact, the most recent test by the MRUC tested 103 bottles of water off the shelves, right? Nearly 1 in 5 tested waters contained in at least one sample more bacteria than allowed under microbiological purity guidelines.
For what? Guidelines for what? Regular tap water?
Or just in general. Yeah, for tap water. 4% violated the generally used federal bottled water standard. 2 for excessive fluoride and 2 for excessive coliform bacteria. What range? It says in the site. I'll link it on the website. It's now it is the site. In 8 cases, arsenic was found in at least one test at a level of potential health concern. Eight of these bottles, that's almost 8% of the water we tested have arsenic that's being destroyed. So you can't be drinking water. You gotta drink beer, whiskey, something like that, so you know it's full of arsenic, it's full of E. coli, it's full of poop, basically.
Yeah.
Ever drank a beer that's full of poop? Of course not. Because there's guidelines and requirements.
People drink more bottled water than beer and
Does the Arrowhead 5-gallon thing count in all this? Do we know that?
Yeah, they're looking at all these bottled water.
Well, because I think that.
I don't trust the water that comes out of it. See, there's the problem. So here's
When
what
it's after the earthquake, water is stuck. Like everybody in LA after the earthquake and water came out of town, everybody switched to Arrowhead. And since then, I don't think anyone switched back. Like I switched back.
Well, the problem is that bottled water, again, is not regulated. So you're getting a source, first of all, that is tap water, essentially, and whether or not it's clear doesn't make any difference.
It's gross though.
Well, it's up to
not.
the various manufacturers to determine what kind of quality standards they have, right? I mean, so
Right.
it runs the gamut. I know I don't necessarily trust those ones in 7-Eleven that are like 7-Eleven brand water.
Yeah.
Something like, who knows? That probably really is though.
It's all it's all coming from the same source, more or
Yeah.
less. I mean, Fiji water is an exception because that comes from Fiji, I guess. But in
Oh,
taste,
does it?
yeah,
Because that's the one my sister likes. I'm always like, why the hell are you always picking Fiji's? Because of the bottle square?
no,
Hey, packaging is important. I mean, to the eye.
Sure.
Some of the bottles of booze are beautiful.
It's true.
it tastes good, but in taste tests, tap water consistently ranks at or above the level of bottled water. So people in just blind taste tests choose tap water more than bottled water, because that's a commonly cited thing that people say, well, I drink bottled water because I like the taste. It tastes fresher, it tastes clear. It's not. It's a cognitive bias that you have. You think you're getting a better product because you're paying for it, as opposed to tap water, which is readily available and subsidized by the city in our tax money.
Yeah, man, I don't. So okay, this is all I know. When I have my 5-gallon Arrowhead, right, and I put it on they come every month. I put it on the thing. I got nice cold water in a spigot. I got nice hot water in a spigot. Right, very easy. If I run out early and I have to refill that thing with some tap water, it has, and take the bottle off and just put some tap water, put a pitcher in a tap water in it to tide me over. It has a gross smell and a gross taste to it. I don't think I'm imagining that.
You might be, Dick. You might be projecting, because this is again the guy who thinks that paying more for steak gets you better steak, paying more for wine gets you better wine.
You're killing your argument with that, because more expensive steak in general in the long run is going to be like a $30 steak in the long run. A $50 steak is going to be better than a $15.99 steak.
There's no guarantee about that.
That's,
It just depends.
again, I just said in the long run, if you're picking up a steak at Ruth's Chris, it's gonna be way better than a steak you picked up at Outback.
I realize you think that, but that's not necessarily true.
I'm just telling you that you're killing your argument with that.
No,
because
I'm
a
not.
lot of people agree with that.
Study after study after study, they keep coming out. Remember the wine debate we had on the show way back in the day, and I said that wine testers couldn't even tell the difference between white and red wine. They couldn't tell the difference between house wine, table wine versus a really high-end bottle. They couldn't even tell the difference between, they drank the same exact sample of red wine, and they couldn't tell the difference between the two. They were told that one was a high-end label and one was a low-end label. They chose the high-end label better tasting than the exact same wine they drank seconds ago.
Yeah, was this like real taste testers? Or
Yes.
just people who said they're really into wine?
No, these are like the professional taste testers. In fact, on a study, they got the world's best taste testers, and during a study at some of these wine festivals and wine fairs, they found that the world famous taste testers, who are reputed in the industry and their opinions count, right? This is how they price wine, based on their opinions. Their ability to determine a high quality wine, allegedly, a high quality wine, was 50%. It's essentially a coin toss.
I think you're conflating a lot of things with what's better and what's not better and money and this or that. Certainly, different water from different sources is going to have a taste to it. It's got different mineral components.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what...
Doesn't mean it's harmful.
That's the main ingredient of beer, is the water. You're not going to pick two different water supplies and have the exact same tasting beer. Because you start out with a widely different spectrum of minerals. So even if I'm saying it's gross to me, it's still gross to me. I'll drink tap water, but I don't like it when it comes out cold. It's got a goofy smell to it. Maybe I'm used to the smell of the Arrowhead. I don't fucking know. But that's why I don't drink it. And then, every time somebody proposes a better solution, like,
use a Brita pitcher, or use some goofy knob on your thing, or use some kind of filtration device. It always makes it more complicated and slow. I'm sitting there for 5 minutes filling up a glass of water. Like, I don't have time to replace this filter. I don't know, it just works. Deliver me the bottled water and I'll drink it.
But Dick, you're ignoring what I said. In taste tests, tap water consistently ranks at or above the level of bottled water. These are blind taste tests.
Again, you're trying to say that it's better in the other. I'm just saying it's different, which the studies show.
No, it's not.
So they're the same?
I just mentioned this, Dick. I literally just said that the water source for bottled water is exactly the same as tap water.
And it's
most
just put in a
instances.
different bottle?
That's all it is. That's all it is. And sometimes the bottled water may taste a little bit different because also the bottled water gets shipped across country sometimes, or it gets shipped and it sits in the back of a hot truck, and then that plastic bleeds some of it into the bottled water.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Give me that plastic.
Do you
That's
think
good.
all manufacturers use tap water?
Not all
Is
of
that what
them.
they're saying?
No,
Okay,
not all of
alright.
them, Tom.
Just wanted to check.
But yeah, the test that they put bottled water through is much less stringent than tap water. Tap water is much more highly regulated, and as we saw here, that you have bottled waters with samples of arsenic above a healthy level.
Oh, where the fuck is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a big problem.
Well, it is a big problem. And I hate to argue this environmental argument, but of the 30 billion plastic water bottles sold in the United States in 2005, only 12% were recycled. There are over 25 billion bottles in our landfills right now.
Yeah.
25 billion of them. And the recycled bottle plastic can only be used for non-food products. So, you know, people say, well, I recycle. But when it comes to plastic bottles,
Yeah.
there's not much you can do when you do recycle it.
Did you know there's a big piss jug epidemic? Speaking of bottled things that are hurting the environment.
A piss jug?
Yeah, people pissing, truckers
Yeah.
pissing in bottles,
Yeah.
same bottles, and recycling and tossing them.
They're just ready to toss them out the window like
Well,
hand
the-
grenades of piss.
The bottles are horrible too, because the eco-friendly bottles, I brought this in one of our Lost episodes. I don't remember which one it was. When they made the bottles super thin to
Yeah.
try to cut down on plastic, now when you open them, they shoot all over your hands.
Right.
Like an excited teenager.
Right.
It sucks. On prom night.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm not holding a lot of excited teenagers in my hands.
You call that 17-year-old up. What was her name?
Amy. Yeah, Dick. So the bottled water, again, it's the same exact source as tap water. There's much less regulation for it. It doesn't taste better. When you pay for something, you have a certain amount of expectation of quality for it. And they've done these studies again and again and again. And they found that when people pay more for a product, actually, they do enjoy it more. So there is that, but it's entirely, you're just fooling yourself. You're deluding yourself into thinking that you're buying a much higher quality product than you actually are. They did this test a while back at a grocery store where they got the exact same coffee, same exact brand of coffee, ground it up, put one in a bag that said it was ecologically sound. It came from fair trade. It was organic. It was natural. You know, massaged from the teats of Mother Earth. And the other one they said is the store brand. And so people who tasted it after reading this narrative about the fair trade, organic, you know, holistic, whatever fucking bullshit adjectives they use, they consistently said that tasted better than the store-bought brand when they were told that story. But during a regular taste test, then they actually did a comparison between like the organic brand and the store-bought brand, and they found that the store-bought brand, when they were not told which one was which, they preferred the store-bought brand.
Yeah.
The one that was suited for mass consumption.
Sure. I'm going to expand that narrative.
Yeah.
'Cause I think it applies to everything. I think. Let me ask you this: if there was like a video game that was made by indie developers, would you enjoy? Do you think you might enjoy it more than one that was made by like a behemoth like Sony? Like if you had the same game and you were given some narrative about how this game came to be, you can easily say no, but I'm asking because you play a lot of video games.
Yeah.
If you give a little more credit, the same thing goes for like video content that comes in the same way, like any kind of consumable media. Do you think that you also apply that? Maybe that you have a blind spot for this kind of whatever you called it when it comes to consumable media?
I get what you're saying. No,
Yeah.
of course not. Of course not.
Of course
it
not.
depends on the game. It depends on the game, and I get what you're trying to say. I get the argument, but that's not a good example because when it comes to independent video games,
Good example.
No.
It's just because you don't.
I'll tell you why it's not a
Yeah.
good example. When it comes to video games, when I'm playing a game that's made by an indie developer, If it looks comparable to a big studio release, I'm going to be impressed more, but I'm not going to necessarily think it's a better game. I play big studio games all the time that are great, and I play indie games all the time that are great. And if one is made with more of a shoestring budget, it's a little bit more impressive, but that doesn't really affect the end.
No, but
result.
we're talking the same game, right?
Yeah. Like, what if they slapped that stupid story onto every game? I think it would help them. No. Anyway.
So yeah, bottled water is a big problem. Yeah, you can't tell the difference in taste. It's not safer for you. It's not better for you. It's a big waste of money, which you should save.
Well, yeah, speaking of narratives to sell things, today's show is brought to you by Harry's. Please visit harrys.com and use the promo code Biggest Problem to save $5 off your first purchase. Guys, is there any better razor than a Harry's razor? That's what I'm really asking. I love them. I enjoy shaving them. When I used the competitor, I remember shaving with one of the competing blades, and it was a chore. Shaving was a chore. Now I actually enjoy it. When I get in there, I get those hairs out, like they're like little enemy armies that I chop down with nothing. Big sight, like Paul Bunyan.
I imagine they're like crickets on my face. I'm just shaving them right the fuck off.
German engineered blades, 5-blade cartridges, a close, comfortable shave with no cuts or burns. Quality guaranteed. It's a full refund if you're not happy, and it's already not very much money. You can save $5 off your first purchase. Why pay $32 for an 8-pack of blades when you can get it for half the price? For $15, you can get a razor, moisturizing shave cream, and 3 razor blades.
That's a really good deal, man.
Yeah, Fan Coy said he was going to email us about Harry's. I finally bought a starter kit. Best shave ever, he said.
Yeah.
I wound up buying the men in my family and my 2 next-door neighbors engraved Winston sets. How about that? What a fancy Winston set.
That's cool. Thank you, Coy. Thanks for supporting us, and thanks for tweeting this at us and at Harry's. We really appreciate that. I get a lot of tweets from fans and listeners who get their Harry's kit and they open it up, and it's a real presentation. It's not just like, you know, they're not just sending you a little plastic nylon baggie of just like loose parts in there.
No.
It's a kit.
I like it. I like it. I don't like scrimping on the package.
No.
Double it up.
Yeah.
2 boxes, not enough. I want a box inside of a box.
Yeah.
Maybe with a riddle on where to find the actual package, where there's a multitude of additional boxes. What?
No, I've said this before, and like I've never been an aftershave guy, but their stuff is really good. I enjoy it so much better after you shave. It smells good, soothes the skin.
Soothes the skin, soothes the soul, and it's easy on your wallet. Thank you, Harry's, and thank you to our listeners for supporting us.
Okay, here's my next problem. Sleep deprivation.
Sleep deprivation. Okay, I'm on board with this. Why?
Why?
Yeah, why's the problem?
Well, because you always have to hear about it from people, and it's very annoying.
Okay. Of course, it's the annoying angle. Both your problems today, mine are annoyances.
Because that's what it takes to get on the top 10 list
No.
here. Slacktivist, annoying. Outrage porn, annoying. It's all annoyances.
Anti-vaxxers is number 1 for good reason.
But it's annoying.
Female genital... No, anti-vaxxers kill people.
Hunger kills people in a horrible way. Anti-vaxxers is just something that everyone can shit on.
Okay, hunger isn't killing millions of people, and hunger doesn't have the potential. No, and hunger doesn't have the potential to wipe out all of humanity like anti-vaxxers do. And female genital
You should see
mutilation.
Interstellar then, because that's what that movie's all about.
Hunger is a problem that can be addressed with a sandwich. Female genital mutilation is a problem that you live with for the rest of your life. Those are problems that are in the top 10.
Now let's just solve world hunger.
Yeah, we just need a sandwich.
Give them a
We
sandwich.
just need to equip these drones with sandwiches and send them all around.
Instead of
Let's
fucking-
kickstart that.
Instead of iPads or whatever shit was in the
$100 laptops.
Right,
That's
right.
what they get. Laptops with go-go gadget cranks on them.
Well, you know what they're equipping on the drones now? They're equipping machine guns that spray pepper spray pellets at people.
Oh.
Like,
Cool.
like some absurd amount, like 1,600 rounds per minute. Anyway, vote up drones. What's your problem, Dave?
Oh yeah, you don't like drones. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Sleep deprivation.
Sleep deprivation.
It affects 35% of 35% of Americans are not getting enough sleep. 10% report like 35 days in a row of not getting enough sleep. I brought in some stats. I'll go through these quickly. It's deadly, sleep deprivation.
Yeah, I believe it.
Here, it was a factor in the following disasters. The nuclear accident at 3 Mile Island, the Exxon Valdez, and the meltdown at Chernobyl.
Those are pretty big fuck-ups.
Yeah.
How are you going to have an Oculus Rift society where everyone's plugged into the Matrix, but you've got some guy who's running on 3 hours of sleep running the fusion reactor at the center? Because that's the future. You just consolidate human jobs into one guy, right? That's industrialization. You got 100 guys in a factory. No, let's make it 5. Let's make it 1. Then we got 100 factories. Let's let one guy run 100 factories. That motherfucker better be getting his sleep in.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And it's also the reason Tracy Morgan got in his big accident. Tracy Morgan is the actor from 30 Rock, and he got hit by a car on the freeway because there was a Walmart truck driver who was driving drowsy and, was too tired to be driving, and he hit his motorcade, and Tracy Morgan got nearly paralyzed. He's still having trouble recovering from that.
Yeah, well, big brain damage too.
Yeah.
Wow,
Took a long
1,500
time.
crash-related deaths a year is because of sleep deprivation. 100,000 crashes,
Yeah.
1,500 crash-related deaths.
Crash-related death.
So it's like a fifth of drunk driving deaths every year. 10,000 sleep driving deaths are 1,500.
Yeah, I believe it, man.
I brought a stat on falling asleep while driving. If you're interested in that.
Yeah, please. This is really scary. It's something I used to have a problem with, and I don't fuck around with that anymore.
Falling asleep while driving.
Oh yeah, because I get drowsy when I drive, and now to the point where I don't care who's with me or what I'm doing. If I feel like I'm nodding off, I will pull over and sleep on the side of the road. I'll do whatever it takes to get off that road safely, because I'm not going to fuck around with that. That's really scary shit.
Yeah, you gotta be careful though. Your car could get mugged, or your car could get robbed while you're sleeping on the side of the road.
Yeah, I lock the doors, and I also have a Jason mask in my car, so I put that.
I knew it. I knew it. It's so satisfying to get your weird life hacks out.
Yeah.
Here's the. You don't have a fake car that you park in front of you, like a cardboard car that you park in front of you. Here's the stats. It's basically, you can see it, but it floats around 5% of people who report falling asleep while driving in the past 1 month. Wow. 5% of people. Old people surprisingly came in at 2%. But everybody else is way up there. 25 to 35, 7%, 30%.
For falling asleep while driving, old people only 2%?
Yeah.
Well, I understand that because they drive less. If they
that's probably true.
Yeah, if they controlled for the amount of hours that people drive on the road, I would imagine truck drivers are amongst the top, because they're overworked a lot of times. Truck drivers, which a lot of them may be listening to the show right now. When you're on the road, you listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening, truck drivers. Give us a honk, huh?
Yeah. It makes you dumb. Sleep plays a critical role in thinking and learning, obviously, blah, blah, blah. So if you don't get enough sleep, you're not going to be able to remember what you did the night. It impairs alertness, concentration, reasoning, and problem solving. And that's your biggest solution is critical thinking.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is like the anti-critical thinking. Sleep deprivation. You can't think critically when you haven't had any sleep.
It does cloud my mind a little bit. Dick, why do you bring this fucking problem in on a Casper day?
That's shilling. Oh, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I don't shill.
Yeah.
Look.
Oh, no,
I
never
read
did.
the ad. I'm not gonna do a whole episode based on your product. Get the hell out of here. Not at these rates.
Hey, so can I tell you? Can I tell
That
you?
is zero. You guys want a whole episode? I'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do an entire
It's gonna
sponsor
cost
episode.
you.
Mhm.
It's gonna cost you. Razor burn. That'll be my problem.
Yeah. You know,
Too expensive a razor.
Yeah, shaving cream that just doesn't wash off. We'll make that an entire episode. But here's the thing. So a long time ago, when I would drive in between my old job and home, it was like a 20, 30-minute commute. And
What job was that?
That was at the... You know what job it was, dickhead. It's all marketing. It's a marketing company. I worked for one for 9.5 years.
No, dickhead. Somebody sent that in.
Yeah. Real fucking funny, asshole. What job do you work at? Talk about your job.
I'm a gigolo.
Yeah, okay.
Only for hot chicks, though. Not for men, like most gigolos.
Well, I've only had 2 jobs in my life. So it's one of the 2 of them, dickhead.
Okay.
So
Telemarketer and professional asshole.
Yeah, that's true.
that's my 3rd job, and it's my career. That's my career, buddy. Anyway, so I was driving back and forth from work, and it would be a lot of times really late at night or early in the morning, like 3, 4 in the morning, because I worked really late, and I would sometimes fall asleep. I'd be really drowsy, and I'd start to nod off at the wheel. It's super scary because
Can you believe that you don't immediately wreck? Like every time I've fallen asleep at the wheel, I'm like, how the fuck did I drive? Like I have no idea when I fell asleep. How did I not crash? But everybody's doing it. 5% of people are doing it every month.
I have a cousin who woke up to his car skidding on its roof.
That's too late to wake up.
Just go back to sleep.
Go back to sleep. You know what? You already fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well take a nap. Wait till the paramedics arrive. So I was driving home one night, and in Utah, it's especially dangerous to fall asleep while driving because there are deers on the road. There's deers
The
on the
Mormons
road.
will come give you anal.
Don, you ass farmer, you know Utah. But yeah, there are deers on the road, and I fell asleep one time. I started to nod off, and I saw a deer. So I thought, man, that could have like ended my life if I hit that deer. It's really, you don't want to hit a deer on the road. Like people think, oh, you hit an animal, it's roadkill, no big deal. You hit a cat or a raccoon or a little animal, it's not a big deal. You hit a deer, and it's like running into a tree. Like it's a you know, it's like a 200-pound animal that you're hitting that can come through your windshield at you. So hitting a deer is no small thing.
Even if it's a doe.
A
deer.
Yeah, a female deer. I know, Dick. Song, fuck. Anyway, so I tried to solve this problem, and I tried everything behind the wheels. I tried rolling down my window because in Utah it's really cold in the winter. Doesn't help.
Doesn't work.
I tried turning on my air conditioner. Doesn't work. I tried turning up the radio. Doesn't work. And then I tried even eating crunchy food like corn nuts when I was driving because I thought, well, the crunch would keep me awake. That didn't work. So eventually what did work, I thought about it. I thought long and hard about the only time I've never been asleep or fallen asleep is when my mouth is on fire. And that's why I decided to start carrying around a little bottle of Tabasco with me, and I would take a chug of it. Every time I felt like I was nodding off, I would take a little chug of that Tabasco. Now, two things work in your favor. First, there's vinegar in Tabasco, which perks you right the fuck up because it's very sour. And the second one is the spice. So you get home, your mouth is on fire, your throat is burning, your nose is running, your eyes are watery, but you get home alive.
Yeah.
And that was my solution, and that's why I started carrying around hot sauce with me everywhere I went. And that's why I started drinking it, and that's why even to this day, when fans come to book signings and things, they call me out on it. They're like, hey Maddox, you don't really drink Tabasco. I brought some Tabasco for you. And I just, before they even finish the fucking dumbass sentence, I pop it open and chug that fucker down. That's the only downside to drinking hot sauce is you will grow a tolerance to it.
Oh.
And then you have to shave more, but
Does that actually work, that hot sauce
Absolutely.
thing? Like, I don't want to be giving advice to people that's going to make them wreck their cars while they're sleeping.
no, it absolutely does work, but only to a limit. You will grow a tolerance to it, and then you have to move on to spicier hot sauce, which is difficult to find in gas stations. Most gas stations only carry 2 or 3 brands of hot sauce: Tabasco, Tapatio, and Cholula. And all of them are rated about the same Scoville units except for Cholula. Cholula is like way lower. Tabasco is about 14,000 Scoville units, but beyond that, you have to carry your own hot sauce, and if you leave it in your car for too long, it goes bad. So that's the difficulty of hot sauce. You have to find a good sauce. Where could you find a good sauce?
You ever had Tabasco
Berries?
turn brown?
Yeah,
It'll
Tabasco.
turn a little brown when it's bad.
Yeah, it gets a little funky.
Probably speed is easier than all this Tabasco. Health problems, sleep disorders can put you at risk for heart disease, heart attack, heart failure.
Fucking Jesus, this cigar keeps going.
All this heart disease, heart attack, high blood pressure, stroke, diabetes. Like, what doesn't cause that anymore?
Well, it's a factor, but also sleep deprivation can. There's a lot of studies coming out these days that are saying that people who sleep less have it fucks with your metabolism, and it could help you gain weight.
Wait, I got
actually.
that one.
Yeah.
Gain weight.
Yeah.
30% more likely to become obese.
Yeah.
Than the people who slept less than 6 hours a day. 30% more likely to become obese. Probably because they're spending all that sleeping time eating. Right?
It could be. You could actually.
Probably
there's
is.
something to that, Dick. I remember when I would only go on 3-4 hours a night in college. I did wake up and immediately would start eating again because that's my breakfast phase, right? But you just end up eating more because you're awake for more hours.
This says it's not something with the brain. Who cares? Death it can cause. Let's see. People who cut their sleep from 7 to 5 hours or fewer a night doubled their risk of death from all causes. Anything that could kill you, you double your risk of by not
Well, and
sleeping
isn't-
enough. So this can make you fat and dead. and old and depressed and lowers your sex drive. I don't want to go through all these, but that's what it does. It's horrible.
Doesn't your body deal with the stress hormone cortisol when
Yeah.
you're asleep?
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, in sleep, when you have, it's really important for you to have REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, where you're dreaming, because your body, your brain regenerates, your brain rests. But this is coming from a guy who doesn't sleep very much. As soon as I'm up, I'm up. I kick the fuck out of bed. I kick my covers off, and I'm ready to tackle the day, man. I sleep. You know what? I'm like a soldier. I just need a nap. You put me down for 20, 30 minutes at a time. Bam, I'm right back up, good to go. That's how.
This thing also says that poor judgment, people who don't get enough sleep can't tell that the sleep deprivation is causing them to think poorly. I'm not joking. That's literally on the study.
No,
So
I
if
believe you.
if you ask people to judge their judgment when they've been sleep deprived, it just anyway.
Dick, why would I assume you're joking?
Because you had just said that you jump out of bed like a soldier, but
Yeah.
you're still massively sleep deprived.
No, when I found that my so there's a study they did a while back.
No,
where
no, not me.
No.
Doesn't apply to me.
No, I'll tell
It
you what.
applies to mortals.
I still sleep the right amount. I sleep the amount that I need, but I don't do it in one sitting, in one big stretch. Because they did that study a while back, and where they took a bunch of people and they put them in a room with no windows and no way to tell what time of day it was.
Mm-hmm.
And they found that after a month, after like a couple of weeks, they all started to fall into the same sleep patterns, which is 4 hours at a time. Little 4-hour stretches. They'd sleep for 4 hours, wake up, work for a bit, go to sleep again, taking naps all throughout the day, and they were much more productive for doing that. I found that, having worked for myself for the last 12 years now I've worked for myself. And I find myself naturally falling into that kind of sleep pattern, where sometimes I'll be up at 3, 4 in the morning, go to sleep again for a couple hours, wake up again, and then sleep throughout the day, take naps. Naps are super important.
No.
Yeah.
This problem's putting me to sleep. What's yours?
Dick, I got a big problem for you this week. Twitter. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Twitter, big problem.
Is it about millennials? Would you say?
No,
Twitter.
Look, Dick, millennials use it, but millennials
I'm
use
joking.
everything. No, I see what you're saying. Okay, Twitter. The problem with Twitter is that it's basically IRC. Okay, so
IRC was great.
I mentioned this a long time ago. Actually, a couple of episodes ago. IRC stands for Internet Relay Chat, and way back in the early days of the internet, before AOL Instant Messenger, before MSN Messenger, and before Google Chat, Skype, and FaceTime, and all this other bullshit, IRC was the way that people chatted online. It was like pretty much the only way people chatted online. It was all text-based, and you joined a server, and on the server you would chat with people. People would create nicknames and join chat rooms called channels, which were named using hashtags. So, for example, if you wanted to talk about sports, you joined the chat room #sports. Or if you wanted to talk about video games, it was #video games. In fact, the very genesis of my website happened on IRC. I was in a chat room called #coders, where I spent a lot of time talking and collaborating with other programmers on demos and video games. That's when I started making these rants in there, and people in the chat room loved my rants. So I created a list of things that pissed me off, which was spread around the channel and later encouraged me to start my website. That was actually how my website began, is because I was just, ranting to these guys. So IRC, way back in the day, had a 510 character limit back when it started. Twitter, today, has a 140 character limit.
Yeah.
IRC allows
Isn't
you...
that text-based?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that because of texting on your phone?
Yeah, it was because of texting. It's an archaic model. It's an archaic restriction. It's arbitrary at this point. IRC allowed you to direct message people. Twitter allows you to direct message people. Twitter is basically just IRC with a web interface. There's not much innovation to the product. It just made it easier for people to post. That's all it is. Twitter is just IRC on a web browser.
So it's something that was extremely useful made better.
It's not better.
But you're saying it has a web interface, and you can use it on your phone. I can't text IRC.
Easier is not necessarily better. And on IRC it was much more organized, and you had a longer text limit. You had 510 characters as opposed to Twitter's 140, which makes it nearly impossible to have a real fucking conversation on Twitter.
Yeah, you gotta post on Facebook and then take a screenshot and then post the screenshot of what you said.
So there's all these goofy solutions people come up with. Like they'll start writing a sentence and then they'll get to the 140 character limit, which is not much, and then they'll put in parentheses 1 out of 2 or 1 out of 10, and then you have to read this.
there was this article that went viral recently about a trial lawyer who had a rebuttal to something in the news, some I don't know, some stupid horseshit went down, and some trial lawyer had a rebuttal. Like, you know, everyone has an open letter, everyone has a rebuttal to everything.
Sure.
And the article that went viral was headlined this, and I'm not even joking. It says, trial lawyer has 43 tweet response. It was the perfect 43 tweet response to this. Like, guys, are you out of your fucking minds?
Guys, we have a very short attention span. We can't write 43 tweets. Right?
You know what 43 tweets is? It's a page or a paragraph.
Yeah.
So, trial lawyer has a paragraph rebuttal. And why is the number of tweets matter? Why are we talking about tweets in this day and age? Why do tweets fucking matter?
I do like tweets arbitrary.
Of course you do. Why?
Well, because it makes people get to the point, and it makes Twitter what it is.
Short emails.
Yeah, little pithy, exactly, short emails. I don't go on Facebook. Like, when I go on Facebook, that little... When their post gets too long and it says, like, the more, click here for more, I've probably clicked on that 2 or 3 times. I don't care. If you can't get it out in the first sentence, I don't want to hear it.
I know, Dick. That's totally stupid.
But it's just social bullshit. Like, I don't go there to get news.
Well, you could. It could be... you could elevate the level of discourse.
But then it's a newspaper.
Look. Yeah, that's exactly what we want, Dick.
But I
More
go somewhere
news,
else to
less
get that.
bullshit. Hold on. The problem with Twitter is, more often than not, if I have something important to say, and I can't say it in the 140 characters, guess what? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it on Twitter. I don't give a shit. What Twitter has become is a repository for a bunch of comedians to write shitty jokes, and they're all 140 character long jokes, and 1 out of every 10 will be funny. Maybe 1 out of every 10.
That's pretty good odds.
No, it's not. It's 10%. It's shit.
Okay.
You hit 10% of the balls that are pitched towards you, guess what? You're fired. Get out of here. So Twitter's 140 character limit is also hampered by the hashtag system. Hashtags are essentially metadata. It's how you categorize tweets. If you're talking about the Oscars, you put in hashtag Oscars, so other people who are talking about the Oscars can also find your tweet.
Sure.
But that counts against your 140 character limit. So if you type in a word like hashtag Oscars or hashtag Oscars 2016, guess what? Suddenly you're down to 120 characters. What can you say in 120 characters? A sentence? What are you going to say that's informative or important in a sentence, other than some stupid, shitty joke?
Oscars. I'm not watching these because I'm straight.
Great.
Is that one of the 9 out of 10 not funny?
Yeah, that's one of the 9 out of 10, Dick, for sure. There's a ton of spam on Twitter, which seems easy and obvious to filter these days, but they don't do anything about it. If you look at any trending news story, you'll see the shitty clickbait spam at the top of the feed. In 2014, a research firm found that 44% of Twitter accounts have never sent a tweet.
So they got all spam.
Yeah, these are just zombie accounts. They're drone accounts. And Twitter's in trouble right now. Their audience is shrinking even more than that. But that's, according to PCMag, 44%. And according to the website 2P Charts, over 550 million accounts are reported to have sent their last tweet more than a year ago. Only 126 million of Twitter's user base had sent any tweet of any kind in the past 30 days.
Yeah, people probably went on to Instagram or maybe just Vine. I don't know. They've also been cracking down on conservative tweets. Did you hear that? They've been censoring conservative accounts. They unverified Milo Yiannopoulos, that dude.
Yeah, that's the other thing. They're dangling that verification as some kind of award or status symbol.
That's a fuck up, I think.
When any new social network comes along, I treat it like every other social network. I plug my ears and close my eyes and hope that it goes away. I just hope that it goes the fuck away like MySpace did. I didn't get on MySpace, thank God. It was stupid. I had an account and I only used it to creep on girls. So
you did what everyone else did on MySpace.
No,
welcome to the human race.
Yeah. So anyway, with Twitter, when Twitter came along, someone created an account, a fake one, for me, and got like 10,000 followers or something like that. And I looked at this guy's Twitter feed and saw that he was posting more or less the things that I would be posting, links to my websites and articles and things like that. And I thought, you know what, he's doing an okay job. I'll let him keep it up. Have to go on for a while. Then eventually the day came when Twitter wasn't going away. And I think I talked to a publisher or something, and they said, you need to have your Twitter account going. I said, okay, fine. I created a Twitter account, and I wanted to take over this guy's Twitter feed because he already had 10,000 followers on there. I said, yeah, I'll just take over this guy's thing. Contacted Twitter. They said no. Well, first of all, you have to verify, the verification process is a pain in the ass. You have to scan a driver's license, like 2 forms of ID. You have to fax it to them. You You have to sign some affidavit or something. Like you get it notarized. You jump through all these fucking hoops. After all of that, I verified my account, right? So I should have gotten that little verification thing because the whole point of it is to prove to people that you are who you say you are. It's not a status symbol, you fucking idiots.
Well, but celebrities have it.
Yeah,
Making it
because
a status symbol. Like, do they
because-
give it to you if you've got 10 followers and you really want to
There are
prove
people-
that you're
there are people, Dick,
long dong dickhead?
there are people who have 1,000 followers who have this verification thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there are people who have like 500 followers who have that verification thing. The point of the verification is that you are who you say you are. That's why
Sure.
celebrities get them, not because they're famous, but because people impersonate them often. So they're trying to communicate to their user base that, look, this is an authentic account.
Sure.
And since I clearly had people who were impersonating me, I needed one of those verification things. I went through the process. They decided not to give it to me. Fine. Fine.
Why?
Yeah.
Why didn't they give it to
I
you?
don't know. Didn't tell me.
What did they say?
Nothing. They just they said, okay, well, they
We'll
said,
review it?
no, they said they were going to shut down that other guy's account.
Oh,
I couldn't take it over.
why?
Yeah, they just shut it down.
That sucks.
And then didn't give me the verification thing.
So everybody lost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody, like, I jumped through all the hoops. But I think because there's something political going on. Like you said, Jake.
Well, this just started.
No, it's been going on for a long time.
No, the political thing.
No, it's been going on for a long time. Clearly, I'm an example of that. I think that someone at Twitter probably doesn't like me and didn't put the stamp of approval on this verification thing.
I think he's missing email. Is that possible? Is it an email chain?
It's possible. It was basically one guy I was talking to, one guy who handled all these things, and it sounded like he didn't deal with a lot of it because this is such an arduous process to get your.
Ah, no.
Weird that you wouldn't get an email.
Look.
Just send a bunch of documents.
Yeah.
They're taking all that time to spam for that.
So, Dick, only 12% of the user base of Twitter right now is active. Actually, that's according to 2014. It's even lower now. 12% of the social network. Imagine if only 12% of the people on Facebook were active. That's insane.
We can be so lucky.
Yeah, right?
Well, how much of
What?
Facebook is active? 50?
Facebook is much higher because Facebook does they're a little bit better about cracking down on drone accounts, on zombie accounts, and things like that. Not perfect, but a little bit better. But there's no incentive for these companies to shut down zombie accounts. There's no incentive for them to shut down spammers because essentially, the end of the day, they go to their shareholders and they say, "Yeah, we have a user base of 900 million people," but they're not really being honest about how much of them are active. Most of them are not, on Twitter especially. Because it's just a bunch of stupid fucking jokes that aren't funny.
That's active.
What?
The jokes that aren't funny.
12%, Dick.
No, I said that's active. Jokes that aren't funny.
What do you mean?
Comedians posting jokes that aren't funny. That's being active.
Dick, 12%. But it's 12% of the user base. That's not active. That's a
Oh,
minority.
you're saying that the majority is not active
Yes.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
12%. Twitter also creates insular thinking, and it's the worst kind of filter bubble. People reaffirm their beliefs by blocking or muting people they disagree with, and Twitter has made it even worse by hiring a committee called the Trust and Safety Council. Did you hear about this?
No.
They are providing, quote, input on their products and programs. This is according to TechCrunch. They're hiring an external anti-bullying advocate to deal with trolls. And these are people, they're like far left authoritarians. These are far left. And that's why a lot of political opinions are being censored. That's why Milo Yiannopoulos, what's his last name?
I don't know.
He used to have a verified account, and then to punish him punitively, they took away his verified badge because his verification no longer means you're verified that you're an authentic person. You're not being impersonated. They took away his verification badge as a punitive measure.
He just got a bunch more attention from it, though.
Well, of course. But it's fucking awful, essentially. What they're doing is they're silencing dissent, they're silencing critics. Twitter just reaffirms your worldview. It's the worst kind of filter bubble. There's no way to get any kind of good news or information on Twitter. It's all garbage. And by the way, Twitter no longer allows you to see unfiltered trending results on your account. If you look at the trending results on your account, they're going to be trending based on what they think, according to their algorithm, that you would be interested in. So if you live in Chicago, you're going to see a lot of shit going on in Chicago. Los Angeles, a lot of shit going on in Los Angeles. It's essentially shrinking your worldview. You no longer know what's going on in Thailand or Hong Kong or Brazil or even across the pond, even across the United States. You don't know what's going on in your own backyard.
So it's just like a news site people have.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Well, those keep feeding you stories
Yeah.
based on what they think you like.
Like what?
Just like Google.
Like for example,
Google News.
well, no, I think Google News is a better source because they show you news sites from all across the country.
No, they do, but they'll also put stories, at least on my phone, they'll definitely put stories on that they think that you like.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Because
I know what you're saying.
It
Yeah.
definitely changes.
And it lets
Then if
you
put
tell
in
it if
history-
you don't like it or not. You're right, Sean, but
Yeah.
at least Google News allows you to opt out of that feature. And I do opt out. I do opt out of Google News' suggested feeds and suggested stories and things like that because it essentially just creates an echo chamber of your own thinking.
That's right.
It's helping fuel this problem of filter bubbles.
Yeah.
Which is one of the biggest problems in the world today. You aren't even allowed to have critical thinking because you're not even being exposed to ideas that challenge you.
It's amazing.
Imagine if you don't even use Twitter. Then you're really fucked, right?
No, you're way better off, I think.
Oh,
Twitter-
we should
I think
boycott Twitter then.
I
What do
think
you think
Twitter-
about that?
I'm not going to.
Oh.
I can't anymore.
You can't. 'Cause
Twitter's
you're
too-
addicted to money.
No, Twitter's too ubiquitous. Look, back in the day, before Facebook and social networking, there were other platforms to publish your ideas. Now that's how people find you. You can't avoid it. What were you gonna say, Sean?
Well, I was going to say a couple things. It's funny how the internet has the ability to bring everybody in the world together, yet it seems to isolate us in certain things more.
Absolutely.
And then also, I work with a lot of veteran voice actors, and they all say the same thing. I fucking hate Twitter and Facebook and all the social media, but I have to be on it.
Yeah, you're right, Sean. I use it not because I want to, but because I need to. You can't really avoid it anymore. It's a platform that is too ubiquitous, and I'm pretty active on it. But here's the thing. Here's how I use Twitter. If I post a status update on Facebook, I'm a writer. I'm a New York Times bestseller.
Do you want to take that again? Because that sounded really pompous the way you said it.
I'm the world's best writer. I'm a best-selling New York Times best-selling author, the world's best writer, and I have sometimes a large vocabulary in the things that I'm writing. Not intentionally, but sometimes I use words that I feel like best express my ideas.
His brilliance just oozes out.
It fills
it,
the
right?
banks of English sometimes.
Yeah.
Like Shakespeare.
Yeah, I'm better than Shakespeare. So when I'm writing these status updates on Facebook, if I want to post that on Twitter, I'll copy and paste it and see if it fits. If it doesn't fit, well, either I won't post it or I have to go back and change some of my words to use smaller words.
It's like burning E. Cummings' poetry, what you're talking about
It's
now.
dumbing down our language.
Yes.
Twitter is forcing us to use smaller words and a smaller vocabulary because of this arbitrary, stupid, archaic 140 character limitation. And Twitter itself has even acknowledged it now because they know the writing's on the walls. Twitter's audience is shrinking. They're scared. That's why they're tinkering with the algorithm. They're tinkering with this safety commission, the Safety Association of far left thinkers. They're tinkering with all these things, and they're even going to start to tinker with the character limitation on Twitter. They're saying that the new version of Twitter's coming with a 5,000 character limit.
How did that guy do that?
Well, they're saying they're working on it.
That's a
That's
good
the
way to
thing.
get headlines.
I mean, that's the reason I don't use Twitter. Is I just can't say what I'm trying to say, and sometimes
Wouldn't you be for the 5,000 character limit then?
5,000. Yeah, I'm in favor of that.
Oh, okay. That's called Tumblr, though.
It's just. Look, I don't care what it is, if it's 1,000 or 5,000 or whatever. 5,000 is pretty significant. That's like a 2 or 3 page post. I don't even need that much. I just want to be able to say a sentence or two. One of the first tweets I ever sent on my Twitter account, and you can go back and look, is I sent a tweet that said, the problem with Twitter is that the 140 character limit doesn't allow you to get into the, and then that was it. Like, I couldn't even finish that sentence,
Well,
that
what
thought.
was the point? Let's shrink it.
The point is that...
What was the point of that sentence, I mean? What were you going to... Oh, get into thought period? That was it?
No, the 140 character limit doesn't allow you to have fully formed thoughts and ideas, and doesn't allow you to express yourself in a way that that allows other people to fully appreciate what you're trying to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't even say things like that on Twitter.
Not enough words.
No, there's just this arbitrary limit.
Hashtag not enough words.
A long time ago, Dick, essentially they're conflating metadata with information. A long time ago, I said it's kind of like having the ISBN number be part of a book's title. You don't need that. Anyway.
Those hashtags? I don't know, you really
Yeah.
need that metadata thing with hashtags. It's just like a
fun, stupid thing people throw out
You
there.
keep saying fun like it matters. It's irrelevant how fun something is.
Well, it's a social
problem.
network. It's defined on how fun it is.
No,
And
no.
if it's not fun to engage in, people won't use it. That's its only purpose.
But that's irrelevant to my point. My point is that metadata should not count towards your 140 character limit, because that's how people find your data. Like, for example, the length of the JavaScript code shouldn't count towards your character tweet either. You know, that's metadata. You don't need to have that information count towards your 140 characters. And I'm not saying it's not fun. Look, you want to make the case that it's fun, that's completely subjective, go ahead and do that. But that's irrelevant to what I'm saying. It shouldn't count towards that 140 character limit.
Okay?
You disagree with that?
I kind of don't care. Like, if people use hashtags to just say, like, things they don't want to just put a word up there. Like, Oscars, I'm watching the Oscars, that's what I'm doing. I don't think everyone's not really using it for metadata. You're talking about wanting to include hashtags like an ISBN number. That seems like a stretch. I don't think that's what their intent is. That's how people use them.
No, that's how people use them. That's what it's there
For
for.
ISBN numbers, do you think they're serial coding? When they say hashtag blessed, do you think their purpose is to catalog their posts in some kind of meta group?
Yeah, that's what
Positive
it's for.
thinking? It's
Right.
just to tell people that they feel blessed.
Well,
That's why it's hashtag blessed.
it's also because you don't have enough characters to say I feel blessed. You do hashtag blessed, but it also people click on that. Twitter, as a platform, makes those links clickable so that you can see other people who are also saying those type of things. So if you want to see a lot of self-affirmation, a lot of positive thoughts and messages, you can click on that hashtag and see them categorized as such. I mean, look, I'm not saying that's always the case, Dick. You have a point, but for the most part, that's what hashtags are for.
I don't know. I don't have the
Categorization.
data.
No, I mean, just look at the top trending tweets. You click on those as they're categories for what people are discussing. That's what it's there for. Just like in IRC, if you want to talk about sports, you join hashtag sports.
Well, vote it up. I don't know. It's Twitter, a big problem. I don't
Thanks,
know what
there
to
it
tell
is.
you. It's like a social network. Like, I don't really think about Twitter.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just go on to post shitty jokes.
Yeah, everyone does, and I'm tired of them. They're all shitty. All right, guys. My problems this week were bottled water and Twitter.
Our problems are bumper stickers and, what was the other one? Sleep deprivation. I remember because I didn't get enough sleep. I got a bunch more comments today.
Almighty, I know you certainly don't approve of these things, but I was wondering if you go to the dog farm I set up in my backyard, with a punch, and one of those paper mache things you hit with candy in it. And then maybe you could pass a little. By the way, I don't know if you know this. I've been told girlfriend the hunchback. I hope you guys do it like that.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh,
Gotta
man.
go.
I didn't recognize your voice at first.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a problem? What's the problem with that? That sounded great. Why would you hate those?
I feel
sound
shame. I
effects?
feel shamed into going to prom with this person
I
now.
don't know.
Hey, Nana.
A lot of girls calling me.
I was wondering if you'd like to go to the prom with me. Oh, man. You need to go to the prom with me.
Is this Louis Anderson?
No. I got bad legs, man.
Sounds like a hot day.
Asshole if you don't come. Yeah, go.
This is Ronda Rousey.
Might be.
Sissy Clown.
Alright. We got a lot of prom requests, yeah. Good job, guys. Bravo.
Oh, here we go. This guy. I keep saying, if you fuck up, don't call back in because I'm not gonna. Like, what's the point of who's this guy going from?
Hey, Maddox has said in this episode here, wait, fuck. No, I got it. He said that no, fuck it. I'll call you right back.
For everyone who says that these guys are faking it, they're not, because they call right back and leave the entire perfect voicemail. And it's like a minute and a half long, and they cover all their points, and they're making good points, and they're not reading any of it, and they're even making it funny, and it's pithy, and it sounds good, the cadence is good, but you fuck it up once, that's what's getting played.
He get nervous.
Yeah. It's not easy doing what we do, people. We're pro.
Well, Yeah.
It's not easy doing what you guys do.
No. Okay. It's not. You bringing in a problem, by the way?
Yeah,
You are?
I am.
You are bringing in a problem?
I am.
Oh my God! What is it? Don't hint. Give me hints next week. I don't want any hints.
You heard it here first, guys. Sean, not cool Sean, actual Sean.
Who's
is bringing in
helping
a
you?
problem.
That's right. Nobody's helping me.
You're doing it all by yourself?
All by myself.
Condescending. How condescending can you get?
No, I
Is it a problem I've heard from you?
Out of me?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because you say a problem. You say almost every time we drive over here, you give me a problem that you have.
Yeah,
Like
but-
secretly.
They're
You don't
my-
know you're doing it.
Yeah, but it's always me.
annoyances. No, it's not you.
So this isn't a minor.
Not this time.
No more hints. No more hints.
All
I
right.
can't take it.
Problems coming in from Sean. You heard it here first. Coming up.
Today's show is brought to you by Harry's. Please visit harrys.com and use the promo code Biggest Problem to save $5 off your first purchase.
Welcome to the biggest problem in the universe, the show where we discuss every problem in the universe, from being black to Radio Shack. With over 5 million downloads. This is the only show where you decide what should or shouldn't be on the big list of problems. I'm Maddox. With me is Dick.
Hey, what's up?
Come on.
Today's show is brought to you by Harry's. Please visit harrys.com and use the promo code Biggest Problem to save $5 off your first purchase.
Welcome to the biggest problem in the universe, the show where we discuss every problem in the universe, from rusty pliers to Holocaust deniers. With over 5 million downloads, this is the only show where you decide what should or shouldn't be on the big list of problems. I'm Maddox. With me is Dick.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Sean, our audio engineer. Welcome back.
Hello.
You've never done Holocaust deniers before?
I don't think so.
Oh, man, that's a surprise. What restraint.
As a problem or as an intro?
As an intro.
As an intro.
Obviously, they're not a problem.
Making America.
Speaking of
Make
solutions,
America
go
great
check out our solutions episode on the webpage. You can buy it right now for $133.
It's fantastic.
It's a deal. It's
Yeah.
a steal of a deal.
It's a steal of a deal. You will not find a better bargain on our bonus episodes anywhere on the internet.
No matter what you're denying. No matter what. Well, that's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we should get to the problems from last week. What the fuck? What the fuck? Tim, what the hell are you doing here, Tim?
Oh, let me just take a seat real fast.
Tim, what the fuck are you doing in my
Hey.
studio?
Tim Chains.
Tim
Two
Chains?
chains. Look, I dropped off Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I was sitting in my car for 37 minutes and counting. And here I am. I
Yeah.
got myself into the biggest problem podcast.
This is just trespassing. This isn't some feat. You're just it's breaking and entering.
Okay, this trespassing, why am I still here?
Get the fuck out.
Well, I
Go back to
no.
your cave.
Yeah.
Where you live?
Go back to the car. Go sit outside. Why don't you just leave? Oh, you're just a Lyft driver. Just go
I'm
find
not-
another customer.
I'm not just a Lyft driver. I'm supposed to be your homies. All right? Now, Madoff, you and I, we've been having some beef lately, and I feel like, look, it's time to settle the scoreboard, and we going one-on-one right now, okay?
Well, problem to problem?
Problem
Is
to
that-
problem.
Is that your showdown? Call out? You're going problem to problem against Madoff?
Okay.
Oh,
the
my
problem?
It's Maddox, shithead. What? What do you got? What do you want to say, Tim? What?
Look,
Well, he had all these ideas. I thought he should at least come in and... I didn't...
Dick, did you put him up to this?
No, I might have put an idea in his head.
Okay.
He would be welcome.
Great. No, you're not. You're definitely not.
Everybody
100%
lets
not.
him.
Okay. Well, Tim, get away. I'm going to call, producer Randy. Why don't you call the police right now? We're going to have Tim escorted out by the end
don't
of
call
the
us for this.
You even have your sound drops prepared?
I have so many
The
sound drops.
DJ's always got to be prepared, like a Boy Scout, but with sound drops.
Right? Look, all right. Now, first of all, I gotta address the first thing that you can call me out on. You say I'm not a real DJ. Well, guess what? I've made drops in the past. In the past 12 hours, I've made drops to prove that I am a DJ.
Yeah, maybe you drop deuces.
No, I do not drop deuces. I only drop deuces after I eat food. Now I made a drop for all my homies, and that includes you guys, including you, Madoff, you fucking traitor.
Okay, first of all, it's Maddox, shithead. You know what? Your nickname is Tim Chunks. How about that, huh? Tim Chumps with 3 Z's.
that's
Dick.
not as
Yeah,
clever.
Tim Chumps.
That's not clever.
Yeah, it's not as clever. It's more clever. Thank you, Dick. Thanks for getting my back.
Let's hear these drops. Let's hear these drops so we can.
Yeah, what do you got? Can we move on with the show? What do you got here, Tim
First
Chumps?
of all, Sean, a real audio engineer. All right, someone who knows the struggle.
Yes.
Someone who fucks with radio teachers. He knows exactly what I went through. Sean, this is for you. I made you a drop.
Sean, audio engineer.
God damn that shit.
That's it? What the fuck? What, you just put a reverb on your voice? I know your fucking shenanigans. That's shitty. And it was crackly too, right, Dick?
That sounded pretty cool.
Get out
That
of
was
here.
dope, man.
Cool. That was dope.
Yeah.
I spent 3 hours on that.
Yeah, that was dopey.
Let's hear the next one.
All right, Dick, I got you, homie.
Oh, cool.
You take master set.
Cool. Great.
That's cool.
Oh, wow.
That sounded cool.
So good.
Who was doing the yay? Was that you doing a little child's voice?
Google.com. Found some child's voice.
Great.
Put at the end of that shit. Man, that shit was dope. Man, listen to it one more time.
You take master set.
This is so stupid.
I want to play it again to identify where your accent is coming from. Tim Chang.
Now,
So
Maydog.
dumb. Yeah, it's Maddox, shithead.
Maydog. I got you, homie, right here.
Oh, you got one for me? It's better be great.
Made off, do some shit.
You know what? Fuck you, Tim. Get out of my studio. Get out. I'm calling the police. Randy, call the police. This is bullshit. All right, guys, we're moving on with the show. The biggest problem in the universe from last week was sleep deprivation, followed by bottled water, and then Twitter. Twitter and bottled water were neck and neck, surprisingly. And then dead last was bumper stickers, still in the positive territory, but barely.
Huh. Well,
Yeah.
I can't say I'm surprised.
You know, I can't either. I think that for once the idiots got the voting right. I think if I were going to rank these problems against each other, I would vote sleep deprivation at the top. Except I think that yeah, and then bottled water, and then Twitter. Yeah, they got it right for once.
Some people called in about bottled water. You know?
Yeah. Oh, great.
Hey, I was just calling in to say that Maddox is right about switching over to tap water as opposed to bottled water. It's a great idea. And I'm not going to let my cognitive bias get in the way anymore. See, I'm from Flint, Michigan, and since I switched over, now I got fucking cancer, you retard. Thank you very much.
Idiot. First of all, it's not cancer you're getting from the water. I mean, maybe. We don't know yet. It hasn't been long enough. Definitely lead poisoning. There's a lot of shit in the water. Look, guys, I understand there are places in the world where the water is too contaminated to drink. I get it. Most of the U.S. is not those places, okay? Shitheads, most of Europe is not even those places. Yeah, oh yeah.
Hey, Maddox, what if I go to Iraq?
Yeah, then drink a bottle of water, shithead. Obviously. I'm not saying that bottled water has no use ever. You fucking idiots.
Okay, here's one for you. I wonder how you can discount this guy. Adam Hickey. Hey Dick, just got the podcast and bottled water is a big problem. I like when they come out strongly in support in the first sentence because that means they're going to flip it around.
Yeah.
However, it's absolutely a widely held opinion that in the industry, the water that LA's municipal water is the worst in the country as far as customer taste and odor satisfaction. I work at a large water utility. So tell Maddox not all tap water is true. You remember I was saying that I could taste the difference between LA tap water out of my faucet and Arrowhead. And I prefer my Arrowhead bottle. Not an endorsement of Arrowhead in any way, but I prefer it.
It didn't sound like one.
Yeah.
Which is probably, in all likelihood, the same thing. Guys, you just get a filter, or get a water filter, put it on your sink, you're done. You don't have to worry about it. And those water filters actually filter out more shit than they do at the plants themselves. It's a really clean way to get water. You know how you can tell the purity of your water rather? Make ice with it and see how clear the ice is. If you use a filter, it's way more clear than just tap water itself, and way more clear than bottled water.
Sounds like a fun life hack. Can you make a life hack drop?
No, Maydog does exactly what I do in my home.
Okay, chumps. You can't make any. What are you talking about?
That's exactly what you do at your home?
Look, I get a filter, I put it on my faucet, and then I got clean water.
Okay. Bravo. I got a bid.
I got some more voice.
Oh, let's hear these voicemails.
Twitter is dumbing down language, Maddox. How about people who take beers to is the plural of deer.
Yeah.
Are you sure you weren't homeschooled, you fucking idiot?
Okay.
I got a lot on that one.
Yeah,
To
I
be
know.
fair.
I saw a billion comments about
You
that.
are fucking idiot. Deer, not deers, ever. Deer is plural and singular.
You said it
You're a
twice.
fucking idiot.
That was
I don't even remember what the context was. When did I even say deer?
Take care, guys.
You were saying that you want to fuck a deer.
I didn't say that.
Two at a time. before-
No, when did I even say deer last episode? I don't remember.
You didn't say deer. You said deers.
Okay, fuck you, Tim. Fuck you, get the fuck out.
You were talking about hitting deer with your car.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I hit deers with my car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah.
You hit some deers.
Yeah, I hit deers with my car.
Yeah.
All right. What else you got? Let's hear
I
this.
got
let's
one. I
hear
got
this parade of shitting on
Maybe
me.
the last one. This guy sent in a cool ringtone.
God damn it. Welcome to the biggest problem in the universe, the show where we discuss every problem in the universe, from being black to Radio Shack. Today's show is brought to you by Harry's. Please visit Harry's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I hit deers with my car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah, we haven't had one for at least 5-10 episodes.
feels like just yesterday.
That does feel like this yesterday.
Fuck out, shut up. So I didn't know whether or not to do this as a dick versus dick.
It's the preamble that kills me every time.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I didn't know whether to do it as dick versus dick or I liked it better when, I don't know, I was kind of confused, but I got this. This was a fan suggested this one. It's his name is Wizard Babylon. Wizard Babylon noticed this display. See, this is from way back when in episode 24.
What beliefs? I believe in bicycles. I mean, they're a thing that exists.
Oh,
I prefer walking.
Go.
Walking is for idiots and suckers.
All right, and
Okay, so you said you prefer walking.
I bring them.
Yeah, and then
fun.
back in
Episode
episode.
being sights, nice and slow.
Okay, you like walking, I get it. Then in episode 82, you said this.
You ready for my next problem? Walking. I'm proud of the fact that we did not think of walking. Walking is something that savage apes do.
Okay.
Walking is something that babies do. Walking is just basically falling down. I don't walk. Walking is for primitive people. That's embarrassing. I don't walk. If you can't get there in a car, not worth saying. Walking. Not worth
Horrible.
saying. You should be embarrassed walking, period.
You take mass to say.
Yeah. What is the dick versus dick?
That you said you prefer walking as opposed to
Riding a bicycle.
Yeah, riding a bicycle. You prefer
Yeah.
walking, but then you just went on that tirade
Where
where
disgusting. Time, right? It's still disgusting to walk. I prefer an art car, but I'll walk over riding a bicycle.
Well, once you got to Burning Man, though, then you didn't walk around. You rode a bike.
No, I prefer walking.
You
Again,
prefer,
as
but
I
then
said.
why didn't you walk
What do you mean, why didn't I walk?
at Burning Man? It's a very simple
I
question.
did.
Why didn't you walk at Burning Man? You didn't ride a bike at Burning Man?
Okay, I feel like it is a simple question, but the I did response is somehow eluding you.
You didn't ride a bike at Burning Man.
Of course I rode a bike. until it
Then
got
you're full of
stolen.
shit. That's the point.
How is that full of shit? To have a preference. I prefer steak over salad, but I've eaten salad.
Okay. Well, if you have the choice, which you always do,
I'm sure you prefer wearing shirts with your face on them, but you're not currently wearing them.
I do prefer that. It's true.
I walked to Burning Man.
2 hours all the way to
I
Burning
walked to Burning Man from Huntington Beach.
He was trying to show up to the one in like 2002.
Yeah, where was the Burning Man that you went to?
2007.
But where?
Burning Man.
Yeah, where is it?
Man, you know, somewhere in California.
Okay. Ken, you don't know shit about DJing, geography, or etiquette. Yeah. That's the worst. Alright, guys.
Well, you got
Let's
me.
get to the problem.
Another successful dick versus dick. You caught me walking and riding my bike at Burning Man.
Well, I don't know. I don't know which one it was. I don't know which
It was
one.
all of the above.
Okay, guys, let's get to the problem.
I flew there too. That was awesome.
Right? Were your wings tired?
No, I was in a plane.
It's arms.
Yeah,
The joke is arms.
Thanks, Sean. Alright, guys.
Audio engineer.
Alright, what's your
Alright,
problem?
guys, let's get to the
Is it
problem.
simple puns?
Come on, Madoff.
Alright, guys, let's get to the problem. I got the real biggest problem in the universe this week. It's attention deficit disorder diagnosis.
Oh, man, I know all about that, man.
No, you don't.
I think you do.
I think I do, too.
Yeah, I think you do.
I think that after spending several years in community college, I think I know a little bit about ADHD.
Yeah, what does the last HD stand for, Tim?
High definition. What
Okay,
else?
great. Okay, guys, gentlemen, imagine living in a world where you'd go to a doctor's office for a checkup. He could check out your vitals, do some blood tests, and then determine that you have a deficit attention. Because that's exactly the crazy world we're living in today. ADD stands for attention deficit disorder, and about 9% of children born in the U.S. supposedly have it. Right? Supposedly. The other name for ADD is ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, plus high definition if you're dumbass Tim Chains over here. Tim Chong. That's 28 million people who supposedly have ADD. 28 million people are just born with this supposed disorder. You're just
pay
born
attention,
broken.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't pay attention.
Sucks.
Big problem, right?
What's everybody thinking about right now? Can we get an around the horn on that? Is everyone thinking about ADHD
I mean,
as an example of ADHD?
I mean, I think Madoff has it real bad.
Yeah. Well, I don't because I'm moving right on. Think about what attention deficit actually means. To say that you can have a deficit of attention suggests that you have a finite supply of it, right? And that there's some fixed amount of attention that is just right to have. That means it's not only possible to run out of attention, but it's also possible to have an overabundance of it. And yet there's no such thing as attention overabundance disorder, at least until a drug maker can market a drug for this as of yet pending epidemic.
Isn't that OCD?
What?
Too much attention? Like, I gotta turn this, I'm really into turning this light switch on and off.
Sure.
100 times.
Why not? Let's just call it attention overabundance disorder.
Yeah.
No, that's a pattern of something that you do. It's not necessarily that you're paying too much attention.
I was making a joke. Yeah.
People who claim to have ADD take their illness very seriously, blaming everything from poor test scores to failed relationships on this disorder. By the way, that was all from the Alphabet of Manliness.
That entire clip you just read?
Yeah. I had to read, I had to cite my source. Really good book.
So do you not think that ADHD exists?
No.
I don't know.
Really?
No, I
You don't think it exists in anyone?
No, and the people who claim to have it, I've talked to people who have claimed to have severe ADHD or ADD, and they said that they started taking Prozac or Ritalin or whatever the drugs are that are supposed to
Well,
help
it's
it.
it's usually some sort of an upper.
Yeah,
It's usually some kind of an amphetamine or dextroamphetamine,
right.
because everybody does focus better on that.
Well,
That's why
sure.
it's so prevalent in college. and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like
it's
that.
awesome.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
I
It
you know,
turns your mind into a laser.
yeah, I've tried it before and it did improve my focus. However, I don't know if the drug is curing something or addressing a disorder.
Well, I think it's supposed to address it.
Yeah, but how can you tell if the drug is addressing some underlying disorder or whether or not you're just focusing better because the drug is working at focusing?
Well, isn't the end result good either way?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes, but not necessarily, Sean. I'll get to that. I'll get to why in just a second.
Let me
but-
just, not to derail the conversation, but I know it gets diagnosed more and more frequently.
Right.
Do you think that's a thing with the drug companies, or do you think that we're just now, or doctors or modern medicine is just now learning to recognize things?
I'm getting to all of that. This
All
is all
right.
coming. Yeah, those are all
I'm
good
sure it
questions,
will.
good points.
Crack open the alphabet of manliness. And
Go
I
to the
will.
appendix.
Yeah, I got more. Roughly 5% of adults claim to have it. That's a combined 48 million people, counting kids, in the U.S. who are just born with this disorder. That's an epidemic, right? 48 million people are just born with this broken disorder.
As disorders come, do you think that's too high?
No, that's
You think,
not.
you think it's a parental thing that says you've got to focus, you've got to be good at this, you've got to, and it keeps
Well,
that shit from happening?
You may be right, Sean and Dick. You may be hitting on
Sure.
something here. Diagnosis often comes from parents rather than doctors. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Parents often just determine on their own whether or not you have ADD. According to ADHDawarenessmonth.org, parent-reported ADHD rates increased by 22% in 2007. Just suddenly, one year, parents like 22% increase.
Well, good thing
One
they
year.
forgot about it the next month.
No, it's not Alzheimer's, Sean.
I know.
Shithead. Yeah. How do you like it, Dick? You misspoke. I misspoke. How do you like it when you misspeak?
Well,
That's what I thought.
Yeah, because you don't have a
Made
crazy
of
complex about being right all the time, right?
that's right.
So parents are self-reporting their kids' ADHD.
Yeah, 22% higher in 2007, resulting in a 7.2% of all school-aged children being diagnosed. These are parents just looking at their kids And seeing that they act a little hyper because most kids stay indoors and fuck around with tablets and video games all day rather than playing outside.
Especially boys.
So they burn off their energy by acting out, and their parents just look at them and shrug, and they just determine by themselves that these kids have ADD. Then they drug the kids and teach the kids to be victims for the rest of their lives. I can't count the number of times some kid I grew up with in school used ADD as an excuse for failure and underperforming. ADD is a psychological disorder, all right, but one that has to do with their parents.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, I had a kid in my first grade class who failed a test, and he said, "Yeah, I can't pass tests because I have ADD." And that's the first time I heard this phenomenon, and I thought, well, what the fuck is it? He goes, "Oh, it's attention deficit disorder." And even as a first grader, I knew that this was bullshit.
Yeah.
I think you're right about a lot of that, and I think the parents want a built-in excuse for it's like, oh, no, he's very, very smart. He just can't take tests because of his ADHD. It's like, well, maybe you didn't really make him buckle down like you ought to have.
Well, maybe school sucks also. Like, fuck these dumb tests. Let's,
Okay,
get 'em outside.
anti-intellectualism. Vote up anti-intellectualism.
Like, you need to learn spelling anymore. Like, that's a real thing. Like, how many times do you need to learn the participles of speech? Never. No, you don't need to learn it every other year because they teach kids the same shit because they don't carry it over the next year. It's a big fucking waste of time. How many hours of school did Benjamin Franklin have? Like, what? 3 a day, 2 a day. Now kids that are growing up to work at McDonald's need 8, 9, 10 hours of school every day. Seems like you could invent electricity on 3 a day. You could probably work in the service industry on like an hour of school a day. But then where would all the government subsidized babysitting go? Go ahead.
Yeah.
I have a big fucking problem with school. I don't know,
Government
man.
subsidized babysitting. Yeah, Ben Franklin didn't invent electricity, Dick. Maybe you go to school to realize that he discovered it rather than inventing it. Maybe you go to school to learn grammar and spelling so that you don't sound like a road rage on a podcast. Maybe those things matter so you sound eloquent and you can express yourself and convey your thoughts succinctly. And what, Sean?
Dears,
And make sure you
Dears
don't say
Abby.
deers. Exactly, you motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's a difference between misspeaking every now and then and completely denouncing the education system as worthless. You went to Caltech, so why did you go to Caltech if you didn't see any value in school? Did you not hear anything I just said? You went to Caltech, so why did you go to school if you didn't see any value in it? They weren't babysitting you. You paid tuition for that.
Caltech has a really underrated improv program. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
All right. So again, ADD is one of those things that you just self-diagnose. Parents self-diagnose, and pharmaceutical companies constantly encourage people to take the test. I have the test with me, and I want everyone here to take it. Okay, guys, it's just 6 questions.
And if you do none of them, you fail. Right? Then you have ADHD.
No, if you don't... Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Okay, question number 1, guys. Everyone, I want you to pay attention. All right, see if we can get through this. How often do you have trouble wrapping up the final details of a project once the challenging parts have been done? The answers are never, rarely, sometimes, often, or very often. Tim?
Often.
Okay, Tim.
Never.
You never have a problem wrapping up projects?
Nope.
I'd say almost never.
Oh wait. Oh. Oh,
Too late.
never.
Too late.
No,
Too
no,
chummy.
never.
Too late.
No,
You look
never.
like a dick. You're the weird one.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Idiot. Often. Too late. How often do you have difficulty getting things in order when you have to do a task that requires organization?
Never.
You never have problems getting things in order?
No.
Tim?
I got my shit together. Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna put down Tim's very often.
What? You can't do that.
You getting your shit down. I don't know what that means, Tim. I don't speak your.
I know Sean's
I mean-
never.
Yeah.
Shows up every week with all his stuff to put together.
Okay. You know, I'll just ask this last one here. How often do you guys feel overly active and compelled to do things like you were driven by a motor? This is one of the questions.
Always.
You always feel okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Dick.
I have ADHD.
You may have ADHD because you're driven and you're compelled to do things. Sean, how often do you feel driven and compelled to do things like you had a motor inside you?
Sometimes, if I think it's important, I'm driven. If I
Yeah.
don't, I'm not.
Harvest season.
Put that in your answers.
Right. I'm gonna guess.
Now look, all right, look, we're all gonna say obviously we don't say always, right? Look, if you're driven by something, you're gonna keep doing it. That's part of life. If you are driven, you're gonna keep. How do you have ADHD if you're driven?
Tim, I can imagine everything you're saying being quoted on a really shitty motivational poster, one that's tattered and hung crookedly.
That's great. I like that.
With a
I
retort
don't mind having that.
French.
Posters are if you can make a motivational post out of things I'm saying, I appreciate that.
And just like an irrelevant photo too, like of sunflowers or like a poppy seed bagel.
Okay, sunflowers are dope as well. Come on, man.
What is the big ADHD drug? It's not Ritalin. What is the new one?
It's well, there's Adderall.
Adderall. I've been
Adderall,
trying
yeah.
to think of it since we started
Then there's
talking about
another
this.
one called I want to say
Stratera.
No, well, there's another one. I think the drug is Monafidil. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
but
that's the new
it's
one,
sort of,
yeah.
It's sort of like a speed, but without all the jitteriness and stuff like that.
Man, here's a dick tip for you. Take an Adderall and hit up a strip club. And your mental focus and your gamesmanship will go up entire leagues. You'll be playing in the big leagues, no matter where you were. It's like a drug for focusing your chi. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, try it, Tim Changs.
I like that, man.
Tim Chomps.
I've never been to a strip club before. It's surprising.
Yeah.
Really?
It's not surprising. It's not
I'm surprised. I've
surprising.
never been to a strip club.
Why
You're
not?
19 'cause you look like you're 19.
No,
Why haven't you been to a strip club?
I'm 57 at heart. All right.
Yeah.
I got an old spirit.
Yeah, you got an old dong. It doesn't work anymore.
That's what Tammy said.
You got a bum Becker.
How are things going with Tammy? Did she hear the last podcast?
She heard the last podcast. She wanted me back.
Oh,
We
that's
tried-
good.
We tried to meet. We met up at the Panini Cafe.
Is that because you were trying to tell her stories about going to Paris?
Well, yeah, I was telling about my surfing caddy, you know. But Tammy, you know, she ordered some lamb, I ordered chicken. We got that.
That's not important. What happened with the reunion?
Well, you know, we was out there.
What do her boobs feel like?
Crusty, you know.
Like a baguette.
You know, like a bag there, like a bunch of crumpled chips.
Do boys get diagnosed with ADHD more than girls do?
Slightly
It
more.
seems like
Yeah, they do.
the whole system is set up for stuff.
They do, but But guys, you know what? It may be a real disorder because here's how I know it's a real disorder. When commercials reassure me that the disorder is real. Even though cancer treatment commercials never start out with cancer is real, and HIV prevention commercials never start out with AIDS is real. But when it comes to ADD, for some reason, they have to convince you it's real. Listen to this commercial. I found this commercial online. It's like from a small market.
Adult depression, deficit hyperactivity disorder. It's not just a problem affecting our youth. It's a real medical condition that can affect anyone of any age. And it can be treated. Even if you're 55 years, what's going to do about it with this condition?
You feel not need this symptom?
Well, some people are very busy with their lives. They gotta medicate their kids in line.
You gotta meditate. Katie Couric did an episode on ADD and brought in some supposed health expert who was some Harvard doctor. I thought, oh wow, this is cool. She's got a real doctor in here. And of course, he's talking some book about ADD. Of course. And then she has this really goofy segment talking about people who suffer from ADD. Listening to Katie Couric.
You sometimes feel overwhelmed, like life is moving too fast and you simply can't keep up. You get distracted easily and have trouble focusing. We say this is just everyday manageable stress, but for others, it can signal much more.
ADHD has a separate relationship with anxiety in many ways. Mainly, because I'm always late.
I feel like they're going to use a lesson for them. They rely on something else so bad. And it can clear it, but it wasn't.
I do empathize with people because the mind is a complex thing. No doubt some people have more trouble concentrating than others, and if they can concentrate better with some of these drugs, that's great. I definitely support that, because drugs are working for me, and if they're working for you, keep doing it. But it's sad to see these kids, because drugs do that young, kind of fucks up your brain part of your life. Especially when it's just kids being rambunctious and everything. Well, we're not gonna know what happens for the next 40 years, right? That's just like blood poisoning. Like, I'll bring it in eventually, but we're not gonna know the effects of the drugs accompanying these kids for 30, 40 years. And then they start having their own kids, it's fucking them up with the same way. Well, actually, we know that effects now. I'm trying to go back to that point you mentioned earlier, is the side effects of drugs. This article just came out in the Telegraph. It's called, the title of the article, ADHD is vastly overdiagnosed, and many children are just immature, say scientists. From this article, the prescriptions for drugs like Ritalin have doubled to 922,000 a year in the last decade for children diagnosed with ADHD. But such medications can cause severe adverse reactions such as weight loss, liver toxicity, and suicidal thoughts, and in the short term may suppress pubertal growth. Ooh, smaller boob, smaller everything. Whoa! Get rid of them.
Yeah, so
There you go.
I know I've read some of the antidepressants are not approved for kids that are, or teenagers that are used to be because your brain is not finished cooking yet.
So moving on though, the problem with ADD may just be a cultural phenomenon. To go back to what you guys were saying, Vic and John, you guys mentioned earlier. According to the article, Why French Kids Don't Have ADHD, published in Psychology Today. French child psychiatrists, on the other hand, view ADHD as a medical condition that has psychosocial and situational causes. Instead of treating children's focusing and behavioral problems with drugs, French doctors preferred to look at the underlying issue that is causing the child's distress, not in the child's brain, but in the child's social context. They then choose to treat the underlying social context problem with psychotherapy or family counseling. This is a very different way of seeing things from the American tendency to attribute all symptoms to biological dysfunction, such as a chemical imbalance in the child's brain. So the French don't use the DSM.
No, there you go. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Figure out possibly what's causing it, and then whether you need to medicate or not, as opposed to just ripping off the system.
Right. Absolutely.
Putting a Band-Aid on the problem.
Yeah, the DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, is what they use in psychological circles in the U.S. But instead in France, they use the CFT-MEA, which is something in French, which you should know that.
I mean, I've seen this happen all the time.
You never fucking did it.
You know, these kids, man, like, they don't use that shit, man.
I think you went to Panini Cafe and you thought that was French.
No, Panini Cafe, that man's running. Come on.
Oh, is it?
Come on, bro. I know my shit, man.
Name 3 cities in France.
Man, Paris.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He doesn't know them. You can say whatever you want. Yeah, I do. I've been in France a bunch of times.
Yeah, man, you know me, man. But you know about the figure of Francois.
What's the airport you fly into in Paris?
The Bureau Airport.
That's what I said.
Dubai Airport. Named after French Prime Minister Robert Dubai.
Famous airport.
I landed there, man.
Okay, anyway. What's the solution to this? Make kids run laps. Gotta get those kids out there running laps so they follow through. No, the solution in France, what they do is they try to identify and address the underlying psychosocial issues causing children's symptoms, not on finding the best pharmacological band-aids which masks the symptoms. And this is the final thing I want to say.
Psychiatrists drumming up sales. That's what that is.
Well,
all of them.
No, but it works. It works more than drugs. Like getting these kids hooked on drugs for the rest of their lives that may stunt their growth. Are you kidding me? That's a better solution?
No, running laps. That's the solution.
Okay.
Better than going to some shrink and talking for the rest of your life. Better than drugs. There's plenty of fun drugs. You experiment with drugs when you're an adult. It's not going to fry your brain out.
So from that Telegraph article, they continue. They say, now a study of nearly 400,000 children between 4 and 17 years old in Taiwan has shown that the percentage of youngsters diagnosed with ADHD significantly changes depending on month of birth. Okay? Listen to that again. I'm going to repeat that. The amount of diagnosis of ADHD changes depending on which month you're born in. How is that at all consistent with this alleged diagnosis?
What do you mean?
Can you guys make any sense of this?
Yeah, because you're younger in school, so you're more hyperactive. Or you're older, and so you're bored. I don't know.
Yeah,
What's
that's
their
actually right. It's so these kids, there were just 2.8% of boys born in September have the condition, and the figure jumps to 4.5% in August, rising steadily over the school year. So they looked at some analysis and figured out why the diagnosis rate was so much higher in different months. And it turns out the authors say that in many cases it may be caused by teachers comparing the behavior of more mature children to those of youngsters who are up to a year younger.
Sure. Or boys and girls. Why the fuck are they in the same class? They learn in totally different ways. How do you have a teaching curriculum designed to teach boys and girls the same thing at the same age? It's stupid.
I think there's some overlap, and that may be another, another interesting to look at. But that's so telling right there, because if you have a child who is born early into the school year or late into the school year so that they should skip a grade but they don't necessarily, they are essentially cognitively 1 year behind the rest of their classmates. So when a teacher is just looking at all the kids in the classroom and they see the one little kid fidgeting because your child may be actually 3 or 4 years old instead of 5 at the age they're supposed to be, they might incorrectly diagnose this kid as having ADD or ADHD, getting this kid hopped up on drugs for the rest of his life, and then giving this kid a disorder where he thinks that he or she is a failure because they have this supposed condition. Anyway, it's a huge problem, man. ADHD diagnosis, ADD diagnosis, I think it's a bullshit disorder. You know what? And I've seen some extreme cases, and I've talked to them, I've heard all the sob stories, and people have had their lives changed with these drugs. They've been able to focus and be much more productive. Great. If that's the case for you, fine. But you probably don't have ADD, guys.
I'm sure it's way overdiagnosed, and America's probably the leader in diagnosing ADHD, I would assume.
It is. It's not. It's mostly an American phenomenon. You don't see this in France.
I can think of 2 people, grown adults, who I watched operate, and it's like they're doing one thing, and then the thought just completely leaves their mind, and they go do something else. And then it's like, what was I doing? It's almost like it's a surprise to them. Like, why am I over here doing this? What was I doing? It's very strange to see, because I've never really run across it.
Oh, you think that's
in too many people.
ADHD? Is that what that is?
I don't know, man. I've seen people just get into a task and then get distracted by something else and start doing that without finishing the first thing. And these are really small, menial tasks. Like, they can't even stay focused long enough to do that.
Well, it's happened to me, and I'm the smartest man in the universe. Like, sometimes I'll be working on something, and I'll get up and I'll start working on something else, and
What
I'll
page
stop
of
that, and I'll...
what page of your book is that?
Are either one of those tasks writing your book?
Yeah. You know what? The book's coming along fine, dickheads. The book's fine.
What
Don't worry about
percentage
it.
are we at on the book? It's a good book.
Yeah.
What do you talk about?
I talk about the struggle, man.
Yeah.
I talk about every day.
Is it, you literally, you're working on
y'all so much. All right, let me get my fucking problem in.
You don't get to have a problem,
No,
Tim.
you said it's one-on-one. He said when he came in, he was doing a showdown.
One-on-one.
You agreed to it.
Okay, fine. What's your bullshit ass problem? Let's hear it.
All right, look. Ever since I came on this podcast, I've been nothing but nice to you, Madoff.
Nuisance. You mispronounced nuisance.
I was an audio engineer to help.
What the fuck is that even from? Is that just Duke Nukem clips?
Nah,
Sound
man. I got that from Google.com.
So
Now,
haters
Madoff,
is a
that's-
problem. I imagine you run into a lot of haters in your line of whatever it is that you call
Look.
this.
The only hater, as far as I know, is just Madoff.
Yeah?
Right?
It's Maddox shithead. You know what? Get it right, Tim. Or I'm gonna delete.
Everything you're saying right now is true.
I do.
You do say that.
I do. I do think lowly of most of the listeners. And
Do you think that you're a hater?
Yeah,
Do you think that-
I'm a hater.
Yeah,
Of course
you-
I'm a hater.
You bleed haterade.
Yeah.
It's coursing through your veins.
Biggest hater in the universe.
Yeah.
The best hater in the universe, Tim. I will hate you more than anyone.
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
I don't give in to hate. I give in to love. So you know what, Madoff? I still love you no matter what. But I do want to tell the fam right now that when they hear,
Why do you keep saying fam? Who are you talking to?
I'm talking about the fam, my
fam.
friends.
Is that short for family? Like, do you think you're
My-
British too?
What? No, first of all, the Brits never said fam.
Who says fam?
My homies.
Cool people do.
Old people say?
Cool people.
Oh, cool people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
look, me and my
Old people
fam.
say family.
Oh.
Look, I want all the fam to know this. I love Madoff, right?
Yeah.
So when you guys hear this,
Madoff, you some bitch.
I want y'all to comment on the page and say, Madoff, you's a bitch.
Okay.
I want y'all to comment on that when you hear this. Pause the podcast right now and type below in the comments, say, Madoff, you's a bitch. Then refresh the page and then like any comment that says Madoff, you's a bitch.
I mean, this isn't the worst guest problem that's ever been brought in.
I think it is. This
Well,
is the worst guest.
Give
This
a
is the
listen-
worst.
Give a listen to some of the old ones.
The worst studio guest, the worst presence. I would just say, like, look, if I'm gonna rate you, Tim, as a human being. Okay.
Thank you.
First of all, I haven't even. You're not gonna be thanking me, shithead. You know what? I'll start with a positive. Okay. I'll start with a positive.
All right then.
Your voice is damn sexy. Dick has a point.
Well, I didn't say sex.
You
Just
said it with your eyes.
that the curtains match the drapes. You'd
Oh.
be getting laid a lot more.
Yeah, you guys should see. You guys don't see what's going on behind the scenes here. Dick is throbbing.
Yeah. He's jerking off right now. Come on, Dick.
Okay, so the positives out of the way. Your presence as a human, a 1 out of 10. Like, I get the same energy from you as like a turnip. You know, a turnip that's old.
Yeah.
I
like
get the
turnips
same-
though.
Yeah, who doesn't
Great.
like turnips?
Right, it's healthy, it's vegetable.
Make a stew out of
Old
them.
people like turnips.
All right, my spirit's 57.
Then why don't you say family instead of fam?
I can say family and fam. Why I can't say both?
I think you're
Funny.
proving how horrible haters
you
really
are
are.
such a hater,
You're
man.
proving how horrible this problem is.
You're finding so many reasons to hate me, and I've done nothing but give you love. I show you peace and compassion, just like the United States.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Just
Look,
like turkey.
just like turkey.
Oh, yeah.
Just like
real deep joke there, Sean. Sean with the stealth bomber over there.
Look, we all.
Do you use a lot of love in the rap game or the
Hell
DJ
yeah,
game?
man.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Andy.
I only use love. I only support people. I only give people love. I do yoga, all right, every other hour of the day.
Every so you're spending 12 hours a day doing yoga?
So
Yes.
you're ridiculous. He's gonna sleep. He just says
I mean,
he
I
does it
sleep,
every
but I
hour,
do it
other hour when he's
Every
awake.
waking
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah.
Every
okay.
waking hour, but also sometimes in my sleep. You know? Look,
You're doing the lying dog or what?
my message is this to all the people listening out there,
Downward
right?
dog,
Look,
downward dog.
don't hate on people, man, because when you hate on people, look, you're just wasting your own time. Like, focus on yourself. You guys got things y'all want to do in life, right? So then go for that thing, man. Don't put any other people down, especially don't put yourself down. Look, support each other.
Again.
All right?
This is good.
Support each other, all right? Support each other. Like the U.S. support Paris and the U.K., and they support Israel, and they support Africa, and they support Antarctica. The
What?
U.S. support every single country in the world, just like every country support U.S.
Okay, that again,
And
like
when
I
I
said,
say
like
U.S.,
I said, like
I mean just us. I don't mean the country.
I get
Yeah.
it. I get it, Tim. You know what? I feel like everything you say is very quotable on a really shitty motivational poster. You could take that giant run-on sentence that you just said, plop it right on a motivational poster with just a stack of manila envelopes or whatever garbage ass, non-inspirational, and then just hang it crookedly. Make that happen for him instead of your stupid whatever quote you said.
Look at that. Again, Hayden.
Madoff, you some bitch.
Look,
Copying the laser principle.
my philosophy is this, all right?
Yeah.
No matter what people tell you,
Yeah.
you listen to them, and then you go. Listen, all right, listen. I ain't done. No matter what people tell you, listen to them, and then hear it with your ears. But don't take in what they're saying. But only take in what you believe you can do to change yourself. But what they're telling you is not to change yourself. Don't listen to that. When people are telling you that you are only about as good as you can be, then go out and be as best as you can be. Because nothing in life is ever going to be the same. But when it's not the same, you're going to go out and be different. Don't be the same if you're not going to be different. Difference is only the person that you are. And when you're the person, you know exactly how it's going to be. So tell you what, let's go out there, let's make this money, let's get your dreams come true. But when dreams don't come true, you better go grab it and start sleeping a little bit more. And then go inside your bed and make sure that everything out there that you know is healthy for your body. Your body doesn't know exactly what it needs, so go and find it. But if you can't find it, go on the internet and go search for it then. Because if you're not searching for it, then you've given up, and you don't need to give up on life right now. Life is a positivity training. So go out, do your thing, believe in yourself, don't hate nobody, because hate's only spewing evilness. And evilness is not the kind of thing you need in this world right now. So in this world, you need to have water and get healthy, eat yoga.
Eat yoga? And he mentions the yogurt. Oh. Is that like an abbreviation?
Yeah. Eat your yoga.
I would just like to point out that both Maddox and I, independently, have looked at Tim Chang while he's talking, because he seems to be reading this from something he's looking at, and both of us have looked and tried to find
probably discovered that while I'm talking about it. Obesity is a huge problem. Am I right?
Yeah,
Am I right?
No.
big problem.
Tim no?
No, why? People can be whatever they want to be.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
Tim, wrong. That's a fallacy.
Nah, don't fall.
But you know what makes it harder to go to the gym to lose all that weight is horrible, horrible gym etiquette. Does anyone in this room, with a quick show of hands, know what I'm talking about? I suspect we're going to get about 50-50. Max, you're raising your hand.
Yeah.
You have a problem with poor gym etiquette as well.
Well, I've seen it, towel off a machine when you're done. And put the weights back in the rack.
Oh my god, it's so much worse than that. I'm just going to go down the list here.
Okay.
Talking while at the gym.
What are you talking about? Like two people training at the gym and talking to each other?
I'm talking about these guys that walk into the gym acting like they're the mayor of Muscletown, going around to everybody at every station, checking in on them like they're running for office. Hey, how's it talking as loud as possible about what they did this weekend, what they're going to do? Man, none of it is gym related. None of it is ever gym related. They're never talking about working out, which makes it 10 times more distracting when they do it. It drives me insane.
For what?
Because I'm concentrating on being at the gym.
Why do you need to care about what other people are saying to you? Why don't you just do your shit?
They're not even talking to me. It's just very distracting. 'Cause imagine you were trying to make more of these drops, and somebody was behind you, doing drops out loud. That would be distracting to you making your drops.
That's not possible. I got headphones on.
Right.
What if?
The Beats by Dre, so you can hear everything outside. So, Dick, what you're saying is they're distracting. People who talk at the gym are the ADD of the gym. They make you have
yes.
they invoke ADD, attention deficit disorder, in you while you're working out.
Yeah.
It's an external symptom.
Yeah. Maybe I should be on drugs before I get to the gym.
Take a Prozac before you get flu.
Missing equipment, feeling all of the handles.
Yeah.
What happened to you? Yeah, right. So there's the fucking triangles, the canvas straps with the handles on them that go to every machine at the gym are always missing. There's always like 2 of them in the whole gym, and you need them for every machine. Like they turn the equipment, the 2,000-pound equipment, into something you can use with your hands. They're essential. They're the most important thing in there. There's always like 2 of them for the entire gym. They're always disappearing, and the employees there, everybody who works at the gym, they don't see it as they see it as like a public utility, and they just go like, huh, we're out of them. Tough luck. I don't know who's convinced them that the gym works like Bartertown. Like that nobody's responsible for anything. But if you ever need replacement equipment, you are SOL.
How about this one? How about the asshole who sits on the same machine for 15 minutes because he's fucking around with his phone?
Yeah.
And like all the people are waiting for.
How about this one? How about the drinking faucets that people turn to face out so they can fill their water bottles, and then don't turn back the other way. So when you go to press the button to get water, it looks like you just pushed your pants. And you're walking around with sloppy shoes for the rest of the day.
Why did you turn the faucet?
Yeah, it's
Back there. That's right, man. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Actually, I had Tim Chance for the first time in my life.
Tim Chance.
No, Tim, you did not earn that. No.
You just gave me a high five.
Yeah, that doesn't mean play the drop. Here's my drop.
That's not your drop. Your drop is this.
Made off pizza, bitch.
Oh, Steve, you know what? Can you do a search and replace for sound clips, Sean? That should be a thing.
What's that?
Yeah, you could do that. Actually, that's what a noise removal program is. Yeah, that's how you do it. You highlight that segment of the audio file, set that to be noise, and then remove it from the entire track. Done.
Don't do that, Sean. Come on, man. Make you a drop.
This episode's gonna sound great.
Thank you so much.
So, Dick, in case you forgot, Sean is still here. Thank you, Tim Chomps. So, Dick, a buddy of mine, his name is Michael Shades. He has this YouTube series called The Hacks of Life, and it's kind of a parody of all the life hacks and things like that out there. He made this video about, hacking the gym and, getting in for free and all these other things. It's a really funny video.
Getting in for free.
Oh, yeah, man.
Walking in.
And this is like my level shit. I do this shit too all the time, like, especially at hotels. At hotels I'm not staying at. I walk in and use their gym consistently, and I always get away with it.
And
Hotel
basically,
gyms kind of suck, though.
what?
Hotel gyms suck.
Well, what gyms are you going to that don't have triangles? What? It doesn't sound like the gyms you're going to are much better.
Well, that's why I almost wanted to just bring in gyms as a whole, but they're a necessary evil. What am I gonna have a whole Olympic weight set in the parking garage in my apartment? That's not gonna work.
Yeah, some people get those gym sets and then they never use them at home.
Yeah. So what is your friend life hack?
Yeah, he had this one about Sean, because it reminded me of when Sean said that some guys just sit at the machine for 45 minutes or whatever. He went into the gym to try to push the envelope of how outrageous you can be in terms of reserving equipment. He walked over to a weight bench and put an out of order sign on the weight bench. And then he just recorded it for 20, 30 minutes, and people came by, looked at the sign, looked at the bench, and then walked away.
But that's a real thing.
How can a weight bench be out of order?
If the bolts are broken and it collapses while you're trying to lift like 300 pounds, you're gonna die.
Yeah, well,
having an out of order weight bench is a very real thing.
These benches aren't ones that have bolts in them. They're welded. They're solid steel.
But they're bolted to the floor.
Yeah,
like having it, I don't think that's as crazy as an audience who doesn't work out would see it.
Dick, if you saw an out of order sign on a weight bench, wouldn't you just, kick it, see how stable it is? Why would it ever be...
Yeah, but it's stable until you're lifting a tremendous amount of weight, and then it's fucked. I would assume that it's not some gymnoid running around sticking out of order signs randomly. I would assume something bad happened on this weight bench that I don't want to find out. I'll just wait till the next one.
It would be funny if those signs were stuck on dumbbells.
Yes. That would be a lot funnier than, or a mirror or something like that, but not a bench. Those things can come apart on you.
That's exactly why it works. Have you ever seen one come apart?
Yeah.
Really?
I've seen a bench break, sure.
Huh. I've never seen it.
Oh, yeah.
But again, you're at the gym with no triangles.
Well, I mean, I'm at the gym.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's just finish. Let's just
what
start
else
there.
you got? Yeah.
I got PDAs. Those are bad. Public displays
PDAs
of
at the
affection.
gym?
Oh, dude. They're the worst because it's like the only chick in there, and odds are you're going to be staring at her the entire time.
Yeah. You take, you don't do treadmill. I was going to ask you if you take a treadmill or an elliptical.
I've tried to do treadmill just because the girls are up there.
Yeah.
To look at them. Yeah, maybe, like, right at conversation, like 6 o'clock news or whatever.
So breaking your own violation? You're on the roll?
No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I just can't. I can't do it. I get bored. Maybe I make running ADHD. I can't get on a treadmill for longer than 3 minutes.
You want to kill yourself?
Yeah. Boredom. It's a big problem.
Yeah, but you can't be bored. You're running.
What do you mean?
You're running. How can you be bored?
Running is the most boring thing.
How much do you think about while you're running?
I think about DJing. I think about family. I think about eating hot dogs.
Yeah, but it's just like sitting in a room by yourself is like running.
Right, but
It's
that's
very boring.
since your mind's not focused on something else. You thinking about the running. You got to think about something else.
Yeah, you're probably right. You usually are. Guys walking right by you. These guys are cruising around the gym on their phone. Whatever you're doing, right? They always find the perfect moment to walk right by you while you're moving your arms. You need full extension. You need full range of motion, right? I'm moving my arms all the way out to the side. When you're in, that's the moment when they're wandering through with their posse, talking in general at the gym, which they shouldn't be doing, and you have to pause during your workout and wait for these assholes to walk by you. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, I don't know, Dick. I don't experience these problems at the gyms that I go to because I go to smaller gyms. That's the solution. If you want to avoid all this bullshit, just go to a smaller gym. Never ever go to a 24-hour fitness. They're
smaller gym there. CrossFit?
There's lots of independent gyms out there. They're usually trainer gyms.
What about the people who never wash their fucking gym clothes?
Yeah, that's true.
I've been in a small gym before where literally half of it could fucking knock a buzzard off a shit rack. It was fucking awful.
Disgusting. Re-racking the weights? Love that one.
Yeah.
You gotta take some. Like what? It's the employees again. Why is there re-rack your weights propaganda all over the gym? It's their job. We're not doing it. No one's re-racking their weights. Signs aren't going to fix the problem. You guys take a texting break every once in a while, get up, and move them around. Put them back where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Do you do that?
Re-rack the weights?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Respect.
Not the 15s. I don't take them back to the aerobics.
Okay, you motherfucker.
That's where you meet the chicks, Dick. In the aerobics area.
Yeah.
You want to pick up those pink dumbbells.
Yeah.
The
Misuse
pink
of
and the-
equipment. People doing tricep kickbacks on bench machines. The whole thing. The whole experience. That's no problem. Alright, vote it up. Probably not as big as haters.
I don't think this one's getting voted out.
No. Well, if you go to the gym, vote it up.
Not Tim. We know Tim doesn't because he's doing yoga.
I'm doing yoga, I'm working out, I'm doing basketball in the gym. I'm lifting, dude. I'm doing squat presses,
Yeah, how much you lifting?
300 pounds. I mean,
That's normal.
Yeah, that's normal.
That's good.
Yeah,
Good for
man.
you.
You wouldn't know anything about that because you don't go to the gym,
Yeah.
bitch.
Oh.
Madoff, you're some bitch.
Tim, oh, you know what, Tim? Vote yourself up, shithead. I'm gonna put Tim Chumps on the problem list.
That's
Tim,
all
you're
right.
you're a hater. All you do is hate on me, Tim. All I do is provide and provide and provide. I'm a giver, and you're a receiver. All you do,
Okay, that's all right.
all you do is receive, and there's no appreciation for it.
What?
Yeah, you call me Madoff. You got these like shitty sound drops with farts and laser beams in them.
Yeah, because you was hating on me
How
first.
dare you?
Fine, I tell you what. I'll make a beat for you right now.
Okay.
Make you drop right.